And now, TPP Entertainment presents Network Collision.
Good evening, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome to TPP Network Collision. I am your host, Christopher Billings. And ladies and gentlemen, the time is now. The future of so many superstars will be molded tonight. This is that focal point that so many people want to get to have. They want to get this opportunity to be at an event like this. And speaking of being at events like this, ladies and gentlemen, tonight, Network Collision brought to you by MCW. Make sure to check them out on YouTube at MCW Promotions. And as always, their highly anticipated return to YouTube is coming very soon. And then, of course, we're also brought to you tonight in part by RCW. Make sure to check them out at HRC Networks on YouTube. And we actually have some very special guests in the crowd tonight from RCW, ladies and gentlemen. We're going to get to that in just a moment. And then, of course, as always, our newest sponsored group of people, Power Wrestling. Make sure to watch them on YouTube at Admin Animal. Ladies and gentlemen, it gets no bigger than this. We have superstars from all over the globe here tonight. We have fans from all over the world here tonight. Network Collision is a huge event. This is that event that's going to shape the future. We could see the CEO get back into action a little later tonight, which is going to be surprising to say the least, I believe. And of course, as always, it's never a lonely feat in the power plant here, as we have numerous people, like I was saying, we have numerous people from various organizations here tonight, such as people that have matches tomorrow. This man in particular, Techno Tank Jr. of Power Wrestling, he has a big matchup tomorrow, but he still had enough time to come in and stop by and enjoy Network Collision tonight with the rest of the TPP universe. So welcome to Techno Tank Jr. and good luck in his matchup. And then, of course, we have another young man, Mike Mercury, here tonight, enjoying his seat here at Network Collision as well. And this is what it's all about, ladies and gentlemen, reaching out to the community and getting those involved that would like to be here. And then, of course, our third special guest appearance here that I did not expect to see, the Rebel 426, one of the most hated men in the WWE games community. So you got to believe that DieHard definitely gave the Rebel this front row ticket here tonight so that he could enjoy Network Collision and see what the power plant has to offer. And then, as always, last but not least, never ever least, we have RCW's own Hollywood Ron Corleone here tonight, enjoying. And as you see, Ron is ready. Ron is a close personal friend of mine. He is ready for Network Collision. I'm ready for Network Collision. The fans in attendance are ready for Network Collision. Ladies and gentlemen, all I hope is that you are ready for Network Collision, because it is time, ladies and gentlemen. The formalities are completed. We are ready to get this event underway. So I can't think of a better way to kick this off than to start it with the triple threat elimination match from developmental. Now, this young man, Darrell, and the rules of this matchup are very simple, and we'll get to those in just a moment, but Darrell has been tearing it up in developmental. He has been doing so phenomenal. He's a constant professional, always trying to impress himself and further his education in the wrestling ring. Darrell he's got a bright future ahead of him, and this is a big stepping stone for Darrell tonight. If he can pick up this big win in this elimination triple threat matchup, not only will he be guaranteed a contract to Frontline, but you got to believe that a title opportunity may be in the future workings. So the rules for this matchup, it is contested, of course, under elimination rules. So if you get pinned or if you submit, you will have to go to the back. Which for James Anderson, James Anderson is looking to make a big impact tonight at Network Collision. This is a big opportunity for all three of these young men. They're all looking for that opportunity, that chance to get that frontline contract, to to get the higher pay, to not have to eat the aforementioned stale cookies in the back. And so, as I was saying, this is elimination rule. So if you get eliminated, you have to go to the back. And then if you win, you get guaranteed a contract to Frontline. So like I said, all three of these young men, Darrell, James Anderson, and Michael Kelly, you got to believe all three of these guys are going to come out here and give it everything they've got, because who does not want to get that guaranteed contract, that contract that's going to promise you a spot on the roster. And Michael Kelly, one of my personal favorites, ladies and gentlemen, he's got such a unique entrance when he comes to the ring. It's a real throwback for some, but I enjoy seeing Michael Kelly in the ring, and I hope you enjoy him as well. And I enjoy seeing all of the developmental guys getting in the ring and throwing down. And it's been one heck of a great journey thus far for these three young men. And this is their culmination here tonight at Network Collision, as, like I said, all three of them, you've got to believe, are looking for their opportunity. They're looking for their big break, and tonight, that big break can happen. If they play their cards right, then they will become a TPP superstar. And not just any TPP superstar, but a Frontline superstar. And that's the best place for any wrestler to want to be, is to be on Frontline, competing weekly in front of thousands upon thousands of fans, millions at home. That is where you want to be. Nobody is satisfied with just being on developmental. So ladies and gentlemen, we are about to get this matchup underway. I'm excited. Again, I hope you're excited. And we are at Network Collision, and this is a triple threat elimination match where the winner will be guaranteed a contract to Frontline. So I'm ready to get this underway. Like I said, I hope you're ready to get this underway. And so I guess it's about that time. All we're waiting for now is just the bell from the referee. And here we go. And quickly, Darrell goes right outside the ring. Michael Kelly and James Anderson are going to start things here. And Anderson switching position into a side wrist lock. And as you see, Darrell taunting the fans on the outside. Michael Kelly and James Anderson trying to get they're in the feeling out process here. And they're trying to get a feel for one another. And now Darrell slowly taking his time to get back in the ring. And now Darrell and now here we see James Anderson and Darrell working together. A big chop block and a clothesline, taking Michael Kelly right off his feet here. And now, wait a second. Again, Michael Kelly and on the receiving end of a double team maneuver from James Anderson and Darrell. And now, Darrell off the ropes with that big running knee. And that'll definitely send you into next week. And as you saw there, Anderson with a quick Hurricane Rana, showing that teamwork is not the strong suit of James Anderson tonight. And now James Anderson staying in control in this matchup. A beautiful quick snap suplex. But here you see Darrell from behind with the running backdrop. And now off the ropes again with that knee right to the skull here. And now Michael Kelly, a beautiful elbow drop there. But Anderson counters from the ground. And this is what makes a triple threat matchup so intense. You never know where your attacker is coming from, because you can't have eyes in the back of your head. So you may be beating up on one, but you cannot see the other. And right now, for James Anderson, that is not a good thing, because Michael Kelly and Darrell, they did train together. So they do have a certain level of friendship between one another. And that may work to a disadvantage for James Anderson. As Michael Kelly now with the side wrist lock, but no, Anderson counters with the side headlock. But Darrell showing, even though they are friends, he's not afraid to throw it down with a friend, and that's good though. That's very good. So maybe that means we won't see a 2-on-1 situation in this matchup. And Darrell with that big kick to James Anderson there. And now Darrell, a modified hip toss from the top rope there. Now Darrell starting to get some flow going here. Darrell off the ropes again with that knee right to the face. And then a running drop kick from from Michael Kelly to James Anderson. And now Darrell with his own variation of a drop kick. And now Michael Kelly again locking up that submission hold, or that rest hold on James Anderson, tying up the legs, not allowing him any room to move. And as you see, Anderson already holding his head. He's definitely hurting thus far in this matchup. Oh, and a big right hand there from Darrell, and another big right hand. And now Darrell lining up that kick. And now Darrell hooking the far leg here. No, wait a second. And the referee into the cover here. One, and only a 1 count for Darrell on Michael Kelly. Oh, and Darrell with the big clothesline there to James Anderson. But now Michael Kelly mounting a little bit of offense, getting something going here. And now Michael Kelly, beautiful standing drop kick. One of the best drop kicks I've seen in the business there. And now Anderson back into the mix. So again, at this point, at this stage in the matchup, none of the three have been eliminated yet. And now Anderson going for the cover. One, only a 1 count for Anderson here. A beautiful standing drop kick from Michael Kelly. Anderson Darrell off the ropes, and again with that knee right to the skull. And you can only take so many knees before you just cannot get up anymore, ladies and gentlemen. That's just the way that that life works. And oh, another elbow drop there from Michael Kelly. And Darrell leaps off with an attempted drop kick there, but he missed. And as you see, the referee admonishing Michael Kelly not to aggravate him. And oh, an attempt to kick the abdomen, but Darrell with the beautiful belly to belly. Anderson went for the double foot stomp, but he missed as Darrell pulled Michael Kelly out of the way. And now Anderson here. Darrell got back onto the offense. That side wrist lock, and now James Anderson and Darrell jockeying for position, but Michael Kelly breaks up the hold. And now Michael Kelly trying to get something going here. This has been a very different paced matchup. We haven't seen a whole lot of high impact moves. These are still developmental superstars, so they're still trying to get to their comfort zones here. Michael Kelly there with that big knee to the skull. And James Anderson has taken a lot of knees in this matchup, ladies and gentlemen. He's taken a lot of knees. And as you saw there, Darrell saying something to Terry Gates. And now a beautiful standing drop kick from Darrell. And now what is Anderson going to do here? Anderson with the kick right to a flurry of kicks here, right to the leg, right to the inside knee there, into the cover. But no, Michael Kelly breaks it up. And now Anderson back on the offense here. But no, Michael Kelly reverses in the corner there. And Darrell was doing something to Terry Gates. Terry Gates went and shoved him there. And now Darrell drop kicked the referee. And I don't think Terry Gates would be one that you'd want to drop kick there. And Anderson starting to mount a little bit of offense, or he was, but a big shoulder block there from Darrell to Michael Kelly off the ropes. A big running knee here. And now Anderson, it looked like he was going to go for something there, but Darrell was able to use his body mass that's a little bit bigger than James Anderson's. He was able to use that to get right in the way. A beautiful spinning wheel kick there and a big running clothesline from Michael Kelly. And now what is Michael Kelly thinking here? Michael Kelly tying up the leg again. And wait a second. Darrell with a big running drop kick to the face. Anderson he's taken a lot of damage thus far in this matchup. And James Anderson with the Shiranu into the cover. 1, 2, and only a 2 count for Anderson here as this matchup progresses. And Anderson, beautiful rotating neck breaker. And Michael Kelly wisely rolls out of the ring here. And now Michael Kelly is and Darrell there with the shoulder block to the outside, knocking James Anderson into the barricade. And now Oh, a big running clothesline from Darrell to James Anderson. And now Michael Kelly with a big stomp right on the face. And now it looks like I said, James Anderson has taken a lot of punishment thus far in this matchup. He's gotten the worst of every situation thus far. And oh, a big running boot from Michael Kelly. And now again, Darrell with that knee to the small of the back. But wait a second, Michael Kelly out of nowhere there. Kelly hooks the far leg. 1, 2, only a 2 count for Michael Kelly. And now Anderson again trying to get into a momentous position. You get all 3 of these men need to hit that big move and capitalize, get one of these young men eliminated. This way they can make it into a one-on-one type situation. And Michael Kelly with a beautiful power slam there. Darrell went to the top rope, and Darrell leaps off with a big elbow drop. Wait a second, Michael Kelly, that rotating fisherman suplex, hooking the far leg here. 1, 2, 3, and Michael Kelly showing that he just doesn't care. And as you see, Darrell now heading to the back. He has been eliminated, so now it is James Anderson versus Michael Kelly. The winner between these two, whoever gets pinned or submitted, will lose, and they'll still be a developmental superstar, while the winner will be offered a frontline contract. That is, and as you see, James Anderson now taunting in the ring, and Anderson going off the ropes here, and he thought about it, but he stopped himself. And now Michael Kelly, ran up the stairs with a big right hand. And now, wait a second, Anderson went up and got dropped on his head by Michael Kelly. Michael Kelly into the cover. 1, 2, and just a 2 count for Michael Kelly. But that quick kick right to the ribs, and then now Anderson answers with a kick of his own. And now Michael Kelly with a beautiful pullback power slam there. What is Michael Kelly going to do in this situation here? Michael Kelly starting to get some momentum in his favor. Michael Kelly leaps off with a big elbow drop. Hooks the far leg here. 1, 2, and only a 2 count again. I mean, these young superstars they're trying to make their impact right here tonight at Network Collision. And now what is Anderson doing? He's got Kelly on the apron there. Springboard drop kick to the outside. Michael Kelly took a hard fall there. Anderson again thinking about doing the springboard to the outside, but he thought better of the situation. And now Anderson just taunting Michael Kelly, but Michael Kelly on the outside laughing at Anderson for his fear of jumping to the outside. And now Anderson with the modified side belly to belly. And Anderson went to the top rope, but Michael Kelly, he got right out of the out of harm's way there, and Anderson leaps off with a big Hurricane Rana there. And what can James Anderson do in this situation? What can Michael Kelly do? You got to believe at this point this matchup will probably more than likely end very soon, I'd imagine. I don't know how much more these 2 men are going to have left in the tank. And as you saw, that very violent headbutt there from Michael Kelly to James Anderson. And now Kelly runs in, a big drop kick right to the small of the back. And now Anderson getting brought into the ring the hard way there. And now Michael Kelly, you got to believe Michael Kelly's looking to end this matchup. You got to believe he's looking to close this matchup and get offered that frontline contract. And as you see, Michael Kelly now taunting. He's feeling very comfortable. And a flurry of strikes there from Michael Kelly, pushing Anderson into the corner here. Michael Kelly whips Anderson into the far turnbuckle. He goes in. Big kick to the chest. And now Michael Kelly with the big knee there, right to the forehead and the face. And again, like I was saying earlier, James Anderson has taken a lot of shots to the head in this matchup. I can only imagine he can't take many more. And Michael Kelly just slowing this matchup down, dictating the pace. Oh, and a big running super kick there. Hooks the far leg. 1, 2, almost a 3 count for Michael Kelly. But James Anderson somehow, some way was able to kick out. And now Michael Kelly looking to end this matchup here. You got to believe he's looking for that. Oh, wait a second. Anderson countered. And wait a second. Anderson now it looks like he's going to do his variation of that rotating suplex. Hooks the legs here. 1, 2, 3. And James Anderson is the winner and is going to be offered the contract for Frontline. And I don't think Michael Kelly realized what happened. He was sure that he was going to win. He was getting ready to hit his finishing maneuver, and Anderson countered in the 11th hour and was able to pick up the win. That's huge. This is a huge win for James Anderson, ladies and gentlemen. This is a huge win. And congratulations to James Anderson. Congratulations. Welcome to Frontline, young man. I hope that you're going to do great. I'm sure that you will. I'm sure you'll do fine. And for Michael Kelly and Darrell, I hope that you do not take this in a negative light, but use this as a way to better yourselves, to get better and learn a little bit more, ladies and gentlemen. And with that being said, it is time for the tag team title match, the TPP Tag Team Championships. Anthony Guerrero Jr. and Jamie Hall. This matchup right here that's going to happen, it happened almost a year ago, about 8 months ago, maybe 9 months ago. We saw these two teams get into a matchup with each other. And the winner would go on later on that night to fight for the tag team titles. And we get to see now what could have been if these two teams would have been in that tag team title match. Anthony Guerrero Jr. and Jamie Hall versus Justin Frost and Kent McLeod. Now, ladies and gentlemen, this is going to be an intense matchup. This is, I believe, it was said that it is going to be tornado tag team elimination rules. So if one person gets eliminated, then it goes right. Then the next teammate will be in a 2-on-1 situation. Justin Frost and Kent McLeod are both physically bigger than Anthony Guerrero and Jamie Hall. So you got to believe in that situation, it is going to benefit Justin Frost and Kent McLeod. However, the speed factor, Anthony Guerrero Jr. and Jamie Hall, they have speed over Kent McLeod and Justin Frost. So it makes you wonder, is speed going to be what has these teams win, or is it going to be strength? Is it going to be strength, or is it going to be speed? That's how you got to break it down, ladies and gentlemen. And like I said, this is the TPP Tag Team Championships. So this is something that has been much needed within TPP recently, and now we get to see it tonight at Network Collision. New tag team champions will be crowned. It's either going to be Junior and Jamie Hall, or else Kent McLeod and Justin Frost. And here we go. This is elimination tornado tag, so it's going to be hard to call all the action, but I will do my best. And as you see, Justin Frost and Kent McLeod getting the better. Again, that strength factor comes into play here. And this is what I was referring to when I was saying about strength. This is where it comes into play, and now Junior's starting to get a little bit of momentum on Justin Frost, while Jamie Hall getting a little bit of momentum on Kent McLeod. And as you see here, though, Jamie Hall taking it to Kent McLeod, but Frost is taking it to Junior. And a big running drop kick from Justin Frost there, but Junior avoided the second one, and now there's going to be a lot of back and forth in this, ladies and gentlemen. Like I said, and a cover here, near a 1 count for Kent McLeod. Like I was saying, I'm not going to be able to call all the action as it happens, seeing as though there are 4 competitors in the ring. However, I will do my best to make sure that all the action is seen. And a beautiful springboard drop kick there from Jamie Hall, and Anthony Guerrero Jr. with his drop kick. And now Junior has Jamie Hall on the apron, or has Justin Frost on the apron, trips him up. And I guess the best part about this matchup is there's no real bad guy in this matchup. All 4 of these young men are liked relatively well by the fans right now, so that's always a good thing. And now Jamie Hall with a big drop kick to Kent McLeod in the ring. And Justin Frost with the big flapjack to Anthony Guerrero Jr. on the outside. And now we're seeing Justin Frost taking it to Junior, while Jamie Hall was dishing out some pain, but Kent McLeod mounting offense here. And here we go. I mean, the big man, Kent McLeod, going to work, but that backdrop to the outside from Jamie Hall, and now Jamie Hall and Kent McLeod on the outside. Junior and Frost in the inside here. 1, 2, and a 2 count for Anthony Guerrero Jr. Junior, that quick kick right to the ribs. Jamie Hall throws Kent McLeod right into those steel steps, knees and guts first. That is definitely an uncomfortable feeling to have. Frost going to the top rope. Frost jumps off with that diving headbutt there. And now Frost hooking the leg. 1, 2, and a 2 count on Junior here. And as you see, Jamie Hall has Kent McLeod down on the outside. He is going to work on Kent McLeod. And right now, Junior's trying to go to work on Justin Frost. And Junior with the quick raised knee lift here. But now Kent McLeod on the outside with Jamie Hall starting to get a little bit of an advantage here in this matchup. And Junior, quick kicks right to the legs here. And now look at Junior trying to stomp away on Justin Frost. Meanwhile, Kent McLeod on the outside starting to dish out some pain to Jamie Hall. And Junior with that big drop kick in the corner there. Again, going for the cover here. 1, 2, and only a 2 count. And again, ladies and gentlemen, this is an elimination format. So if you get pinned, you have to go to the back, and that would leave your teammate in a handicapped situation. And you know that neither one of these teams want to put their teammate in that type of situation. And that big back chop from Justin Frost, and Frost with a big elbow drop. And Jamie Hall going to work on Kent McLeod on the outside here. And I think that this is wise. Anthony Guerrero Jr. and Jamie Hall have kept Frost and McLeod separated, not allowing them to utilize their tag team experience. And as you saw there, Justin Frost, that front face suplex. Wait a second, Justin Frost kick to the abdomen, pullback DDT there. A huge, huge pullback DDT. And now Frost going to the top rope. Frost leaps out after Jamie Hall, and he just drop kicked him right in the chest, causing some separation here. And wait a second, Justin Frost, a beautiful reverse DDT there. Hooks the far leg. 1, 2, and only a 2 count for Justin Frost as this match progresses, as this match rolls on. And Junior's trying to get something going, and meanwhile on the outside we're seeing Kent McLeod working over Jamie Hall. But Anthony Guerrero Jr. with the rotating belly to back there. And wait a second, what is Anthony Guerrero Jr.'s calling for something here? He checked his wrist, I wasn't sure what he was doing. Wait a second, Junior runs in with that front face modified slam into 1, 2, 3, and I almost thought that was a 3 count, but somehow Frost was able to kick out. And now Kent McLeod back into the ring. He saw that Frost was being pinned, and he made a beeline for the ring. And now Anthony Guerrero Jr. going to the top rope. Anthony Guerrero Jr. is looking for that frog splash, you gotta believe. He leaps off, but Justin Frost threw the knees up. Ribs first went Anthony Guerrero Jr. And now Justin Frost off the ropes here. That scissors kick. He forgot that Anthony Guerrero Jr. was getting back to his feet, but Frost with a big neck breaker. And now Frost and McLeod, they have the advantage. The bigger guys have the advantage here. And now Kent McLeod just using his physical size. And that big another big DDT from Justin Frost. And wait a second, Anthony Guerrero Jr. jumped back to his feet. He missed with that running enziguri as Justin Frost was able to move out of the way. And now Anthony Guerrero Jr. with the DDT of his own as Kent McLeod is on the outside. And now Anthony Guerrero Jr. with the double axe handle followed up by the moonsault. Hooks the far leg here. 1, 2, and only a 2 count for Junior. And now, what's Anthony Guerrero? Junior with a big cross body there. Hooks the far leg. 1, 2, and only a 2 count again for Junior. And now we're seeing both Anthony Guerrero Jr. and Jamie Hall have been controlling this matchup. That is for sure. They have been controlling this matchup. They've been keeping Frost and McLeod separated. However, you got to believe these big guys hit these big moves on these guys, and it may be game over. And as you see, Anthony Guerrero Jr. starting to go to work on the legs of Frost, and Jamie Hall still dishing out the pain to McLeod, and Junior now whipping Justin Frost to the corner. Junior sprinting in. You got to believe he's looking for it. Oh, wait a second. Frost caught him. Big power bomb out of the corner there. And that will knock anybody for a loop. I don't care who you are. That does not feel good. And a beautiful standing drop kick from Justin Frost. And now Frost with the seated elbow drop. Oh, and that Hurricane Rana to Kent McLeod on the outside from Jamie Hall, and Frost just stomping away on Anthony Guerrero Jr. He was stomping and elbow dropping away on him there. And oh, that big running back elbow. And now Frost again, that DDT. Wait a second, Frost going to the top rope here as McLeod is on the advantage on Jamie Hall. And oh, an attempted drop kick, but no, Anthony Guerrero Jr. was able to sidestep there. And now Junior going to work on the legs. Junior again with that elbow drop. Junior off the ropes. Wait a second, he runs in with it. Inverted flatliner, so to speak. 1, 2, 3, and Justin Frost has been eliminated. So now Kent McLeod is in a 2-on-1 situation against Anthony Guerrero Jr. and Jamie Hall. And as you see, Junior taking his time getting to the ringside there as Jamie Hall is wrenching that submission. He is wrenching it, ladies and gentlemen. No doubt about that. He is wrenching that submission. And I can't believe I had to say that Justin Frost. I thought that Junior would get eliminated with the size difference between him and Justin Frost, but Junior kept the speed going. But Kent McLeod still brawling back, attempted the big kick there, but Jamie Hall was able to catch Kent McLeod with that quick arm drag. And now Jamie Hall bringing McLeod into the ring. And most of this matchup, McLeod has been on the outside of the ring. So this is the first time that he's coming back into the ring, which is good. And Hall leaps off, missed with the 450 splash there. And that raised knee lift from Jamie Hall. And this is not good for Kent McLeod at all, ladies and gentlemen. This is not good at all. And now, what is Jamie Hall going to do here? No, Junior with the Tiger suplex there, with the bridge on it too, and only a 2 count. And wait a second, Anthony Guerrero Jr. and Jamie Hall, they're working together as a team. Into the cover goes Junior, 1, 2, and only a 2 count forward for Anthony Guerrero Jr. on Kent McLeod. And as you see, Jamie Hall with that Astro Scissor Whip. Wait a second, Anthony Guerrero checking his wristband again. And wait a second, Jamie Hall standing C-Fire. Now Jamie Hall hooks the far leg here. 1, 2, and only a 2 count though for Jamie Hall. What's it going to take out Kent McLeod in this situation? Big running big boot there from Kent McLeod to Anthony Guerrero Jr. Just completely knocked him down. And now we're seeing Kent McLeod, the big man, the big Scottish man, starting to fight back here. And now look at this, Kent McLeod not showing any fear or any hesitation here as he's brawling with both of these superstars and just stomping away on Anthony Guerrero Jr. And now Jamie Hall whips McLeod into the ropes, and he catches him with the float over arm drag there. And Junior back to his feet with the standing moonsault. Now Junior jumps in with the leg drop right across the throat and the larynx area. And now Kent McLeod in this situation, not doing so good. And as you see, Junior, that big uppercut in the corner after those leaping punches. And Jamie Hall runs in, big drop kick right to the chest. And Anthony and the fans are liking this. That's the surprising part about it. The fans are still on their feet from the beginning of this matchup. And a big boot there from Kent McLeod. And now McLeod starting to fire back. He's starting to get something going in his favor here. And wait a second. McLeod, he has them both in the corner there, runs in. Big shoulder thrust. And now McLeod going for the cover here. 1, 2. Only a 2 count though for McLeod. And wait a second. Anthony Guerrero Jr. from behind. But no, Kent McLeod, he's so big compared to the other superstars in this matchup. He's much larger, physically stronger. And so if he decides he wants to lift somebody, then he will lift them. And there's nothing. And a big right hand there from McLeod, but that running face crusher from Jamie Hall. And this is what I said about having eyes in the back of your head. Kent McLeod does not have that. And wait a second, McLeod, that Jamie Hall right on the top of his head. And that big running clothesline, a seated running clothesline. Wait a second, McLeod into the cover here. 1, 2, 3, and wait a second, McLeod has just tied it up. It is 1-on-1, Anthony Guerrero Jr. versus Kent McLeod, and now McLeod hooking the far leg. 1, 2, and a 2 count again here. Jr. trying to battle back. He's got to try to battle back against Kent McLeod because now there's a definite strength disadvantage. If anything, it would have been wiser for Jr. to get eliminated other than Jamie Hall, because Jamie Hall is he's stronger than Anthony Guerrero Jr. Jr. with that Hurricane Rana into the ropes there. And now Jr. starting to try to build a little bit of momentum, that standing moonsault splash. And now Anthony Guerrero Jr. went to leap in, but Kent McLeod, the strength factor comes into play, sidestepping Jr. And now McLeod dropping the knee on the back of the head as Jr. starts to get back to his feet. And now what is McLeod going to do here? McLeod has Jr. up. That front face suplex. He just dropped Anthony Guerrero Jr. on his face into the cover here. 2, and only a 2 count for Kent McLeod. As Jr. trying to build some momentum, trying to get something going. And a beautiful, beautiful drop kick from Anthony Guerrero Jr. into the cover here. 1, 2, and only a 2 count for Anthony Guerrero Jr. As Jr. again still trying to get something going on Kent McLeod. And as you see, Jr. firing away with a flurry of kicks in the corner. And as you see, Jr. runs it, attempts a big running drop kick, but again, McLeod able to roll out of the way. And now Kent McLeod, the physical strength, the size of Kent McLeod in comparison to other much larger superstars. And now we're seeing McLeod just stomping away on Anthony Guerrero Jr., not allowing him any time to breathe in that big lifting uppercut there. Into the cover here. 1, 2, and only a 2 count for Kent McLeod again. And Jr. quick kick right to the abdomen. And now Jr. with that Hurricane Rana, he's got McLeod set up in the ropes, off the ropes here with that leg guillotine. And now Anthony Guerrero Jr. starting to get some quick momentum going into the cover here. 2, and only a 2 count for Anthony Guerrero Jr. as Kent McLeod was able to kick out. And Jr., a big backdrop there. And as you saw, he's taunting to the fans as the fans are coming unglued off of that backdrop there. And wait a second, Anthony Guerrero Jr. again checking his wrist. I'm not really sure what that is. Kick to the abdomen. Wait a second. I heard Jr. talking about this. That is roll the dice. That is shades of what his father, DieHard's old finisher. 1, 2, 3, and that is all it took. A roll the dice. Anthony Guerrero Jr. has won the tag team titles for Jamie Hall and Anthony Guerrero Jr. That is impressive to say the least. No matter how you look at it, ladies and gentlemen, Anthony Guerrero Jr. starting to prove that he is not just a one-hit wonder, that he can get it done. I'm very impressed to say that Anthony Guerrero Jr. picked up a huge win tonight, winning the tag team titles, not only for himself, but for Jamie Hall as well. Now, ladies and gentlemen, this matchup up next is very personal. Scythe and James McKay, these two young men, both debuted at the relative same time, and McKay happened to get his 1 week earlier, and Scythe took it upon himself to spoil the celebration and cause this past month of James McKay's life to be torture and pain. You know, nothing really enjoyable about it, ladies and gentlemen. And McKay is looking for retribution. You got to believe he's not happy that these TCO attacks have happened. He's not happy with the way that things have been going on. And I've said this numerous times, but McKay did not ask to be involved with TCO. I don't think he specifically asked for that. But unfortunately, McKay was not given a choice, and now he's got to deal with, you know, a person like Scythe. And recently they had me post a picture on Twitter, the mentally unstable Scythe, and that is true in every form and fashion. Scythe is a very unstable individual, and now he's getting ready to come to the ring, and this is a no disqualification matchup, ladies and gentlemen, so there aren't any rules. The only rule is there are no rules. And for Scythe, that may be right up his alley here tonight. And for James McKay, he's going to have to reach down deep and show something. He's going to have to do something that he may not believe that he can do, or that he doesn't think that he's capable of doing, but he's going to have to do it, ladies and gentlemen, and he has to do it tonight. Scythe does not strike me as a man that, what's the word I'm looking for? He doesn't strike me as a man that really gives much care for rules, as a parent of what happened just a couple of nights ago to Craig Hazard, you know, before his TPP Championship matchup. So again, I'm not surprised that this is a no disqualification match. I just hope that McKay is ready to weather the storm of Scythe, because Scythe looks focused. He looks extremely focused tonight, ladies and gentlemen, and that could be a bad thing for McKay. Ladies and gentlemen, I don't know what to expect in this matchup, so I can't really tell you what's going to happen, because I do not know, but I do know that this is going to be a slugfest. This is going to cause some pain. Both of these superstars, I think, at the end of the night will be in extreme amounts of pain, and as you see here, Scythe starting to taunt McKay, going off the ropes. McKay telling Scythe to bring it on, and as you see, the definite size disadvantage for McKay, as Scythe is much larger. He's a little bit larger than James McKay, and Scythe right onto the aggressive striking, the aggressive strike game of Scythe, and now a flurry of kicks back and forth, but Scythe with a standing drop kick. Scythe off the ropes, runs in that Lou Thez press, and followed up by the punches. And in this situation, Terry Gates can't really do anything. He can't stop the match. You know, he's there to count a pinfall or a submission. And at this point, you know, McKay trying to keep some distance. Quick Northern Lights there, and only a one count for James McKay. McKay off the ropes, but Scythe, the spine buster, shades of DieHard, shades of his mentor DieHard, and now we're seeing Scythe. And if you wanted to have somebody that could possibly be a protege of DieHard, Scythe is that guy. And Scythe now going to work with the submission, early goings of this matchup here. And we got Scythe wrenching this leg lock. This leg lock is being wrenched. He's got it cinched in, but McKay able to kick himself out. Off the ropes goes McKay. Runs in, big running shoulder tackle there. And again, the pacing here, just McKay knows he's got to try to keep some distance. He's got to find a way to keep Scythe down. And you know, the question is, and this is the question that I've had on my mind, the longer this match goes, who would it benefit? Is it going to benefit both? And now you see McKay with that surfboard stretch on the ground there, wrenching away here, just wrenching. I don't think he's looking for the submission. He's just looking to work on the back, wear him down for that cloverleaf submission. And Scythe caught a big flying clothesline there. Now a flurry of kicks in the corner here from Scythe. And now Scythe, a big slap right to the knee. He just slapped the knee. And now we're seeing Scythe, a flurry of strikes. Nothing fancy, just a flurry of vicious strikes. And now Scythe has McKay on his shoulders. That Green Bay plunge out of the corner there. And as you see, McKay holding the back into the cover. 1, 2, and only a 2 count for Scythe as this match continues on. And a kick right to the back of the head there. And now another, and we've seen this before, the flurry of kicks on the ground from Scythe. And like I was saying, I mean, Terry Gates cannot do anything to stop that from happening. A quick duck under there, and now Scythe with that power slam, brushing the hands there, hooks the far legs, thinks this is it. 1, 2, only a 2 count though, as James McKay showing that he does have resiliency. McKay runs in again with that shoulder block. And now McKay again runs in. The third shoulder block in this matchup. McKay off the ropes, big running knee right to the skull. And now McKay whips Scythe to the corner, runs in another shoulder thrust, this time seating Scythe in the corner. And McKay again runs in another shoulder thrust. McKay realizes what he's got to do here is to keep Scythe grounded. He's got to use all of his body mass, all of his weight. All of his weight's got to be behind him. And here we go, standing tie up. And Scythe gets the better of the situation here. Scythe with the side headlock, but no, McKay counters. But Scythe was able to counter there. That ended in deadlock there, a complete stalemate. And now Scythe, that big kick right to the face, and Scythe picked McKay up. And now whips him, again that kick. And now Scythe whips McKay very hard into that corner there. And a big running elbow drop. And McKay, every attack that has happened to McKay in this match so far, almost every single attack that Scythe has been doing has been on the lower back or on the rib area. McKay needs to get something going because of Scythe. And Scythe now welcoming the steel chair into this matchup. Steel chair right to the face. As I was saying, the more aggressive, or the longer this match goes, the more aggressive we're seeing Scythe become, and that is dangerous. And I hate to say this, but Scythe very vaguely reminds me of a very young DieHard, and that is a dangerous combination. And that knee right to the small of the back from McKay, and now McKay starting to focus his attack on the back, and that's 3 consecutive knees right to the small of the back. And now we're seeing Scythe as he stays down. He's not getting up as quickly as he was before. And now what is McKay going to do? McKay swinging for the fences with the steel chair, and Scythe kicked the chair out of the hands. And now what is Scythe going to do? Wait a second. Scythe with that neck breaker, using his foot to stamp onto that chair. And wait a second. Scythe, he's tangling up James McKay's throat in that chair. And oh God, he just stomped on it. That Jesus. And as you saw Terry Gates saying, that's enough for Scythe not to do that. And now Scythe again with that knee strike. And this is what when I say that I don't think that Scythe cares. This is why I say that I don't think that Scythe cares. He doesn't have to do this type of vigorous attacks. And wait a second, McKay to the outside with that springboard. He just, as Scythe had that table, he just put Scythe through a table as Scythe was grabbing that table, and he broke it. And as you see, I mean, McKay's fighting for survival here against Scythe. That's what he's doing here. And now they're right out here in front of the TPP universe. Scythe with a big neck breaker. And now, wait a second, Scythe he took that fan's beverage. He took their drink. And Scythe just poured that drink right on the face of James McKay, and another standing drop kick there. And now what is Scythe going to do? Scythe using that replica there, drop, just slamming the back of the head of McKay. And as you see, Terry Gates saying, you don't need to do all this, but McKay's starting to battle back a little bit here, throwing Scythe into the crowd, trying to cause a little bit of separation. Like I said, this matchup has had very little downtime, ladies and gentlemen. Constant back and forth between the two of them. And now Scythe back into the ring as he's laying down on the ground, and McKay welcoming in a kendo stick here. And this matchup is getting hardcore. McKay with the kendo stick right to the top of the head. Then McKay right across the legs. And this is what I'm talking about, ladies and gentlemen. I mean, wait a second. McKay now with his seated leg lock here, and Terry Gates right on top of the action. Right on top of Scythe, asking Scythe if he wants to submit. The question is, no Scythe able to get out. That was a hard kick right to the face there, and Scythe runs in. That big knee stamp. And now Scythe has that kendo stick, and right to the small of the back. And now Scythe back in control here. Wait a second, Scythe has that kendo stick again. Oh God, that kendo stick right to the top of the head, and McKay just getting worked with that kendo stick in the corner. And oh God, another kendo stick shot as McKay was seated in that turnbuckle corner. And now we're seeing a side of Scythe that I would expect to see. Training with TCO and working with TCO, I would expect to see something like this. And McKay just tossed those steps into the ring here. And Scythe is starting to take control. Nothing fancy about that arm wringer than that leg drop. As you hear, the TPP universe letting their voices be heard tonight. And now Scythe just tossing McKay around, and again, that Luthez press. And now nothing fancy about that, just kicks right to the top of the head, and Scythe with that jumping knee drop, and again another knee drop. And wait a second, a third knee drop there from Scythe. That is a very impactful knee drop into the cover here. Terry Gates drops down for cover 1, 2. As you saw before the cover there, Terry Gates was yelling at Scythe, saying he didn't need to do 3 of them consecutively like that. Now Scythe with the hanging suplex. Again, nothing fancy about Scythe's wrestling style. He's very smash mouth and in your face. He will do whatever he has to do to cause you pain to win the match. And now McKay picks the leg, floats over there. Again, McKay is trying to cause separation. McKay's trying to shake out the pain that he was possibly in. And McKay with the reverse atomic drop. And now McKay going back to work on the legs, going to what he knows. And now we're seeing James McKay start to get something going. He's working the legs over. That's what he's got to do in this matchup. A big leg kick there. Couldn't have happened at a better time, but we saw Scythe starting to come back, but McKay, an elbow right across the knee, and you know that does not feel good, ladies and gentlemen. It does not feel good to get chopped or elbowed across your knee. Now McKay again has that kendo stick, and right across the ribs. And now McKay dishing out some pain. This is what I'm talking about. James McKay needs to be able to do this. McKay leaps off, big elbow drop to the black heart of Scythe. And now McKay German suplex into the cover here. 1, 2, and only a 2 count though for James McKay. Scythe went for a drop kick, but McKay took a step back and moved right out of the way. He must have known that that Scythe was going to try to do something like that. And now Scythe has McKay up on the top turnbuckle. But McKay counters. McKay leaps off with a big cross body. And wait a second, McKay now going back to the outside. What is McKay looking for here? Oh God, McKay welcoming in a table into this matchup, ladies and gentlemen. That could be hazardous to the health of Scythe tonight. And now Scythe was already back to his feet. That face crusher through that table into the cover here. 1-2, and only a 2 count for Scythe. Just as McKay set up that table, or as McKay set up the table, Scythe put him right through it. And now, as before, Scythe starting to just dictate the pace. And oh, that backbreaker. Every time I see somebody do that backbreaker, it makes my body shiver. I'm sorry about that. It makes my body shiver for the simple fact that could break both of your backs. And as you saw there, I mean, Scythe using the ropes as a weapon here in this matchup. And unfortunately, everything's legal. There's really no rules in a no disqualification matchup. And McKay, a few jabs and a few strikes here. Wait a second, McKay, he thought about it for a second, but cooler heads did prevail in that situation. And McKay, big elbow drop there on the outside. And again, another elbow drop. As Scythe is getting back to his feet, McKay got right in his face there. And McKay, a flurry of strikes. And wait a second, James McKay's got Scythe up in a big suplex. And you got to believe that this was pinfalls count anywhere. That he would go for the pinfall out there, and that could have been it. I mean, the padding outside is not thick, ladies and gentlemen. We talk about the padding, but it is not thick. It's a very thin padding. And now, again, Scythe playing possum as he's getting into the ring. Oh, that big slap to the back of the head. Scythe to the outside, big right hand. And now, again, Scythe looking under the ring for more equipment here. And Scythe bringing a ladder in now. And Scythe using the ladder as a weapon. This ladder has now been involved in this matchup. That's 3 ladder strikes there from Scythe, and then a 4th one. And now we're seeing, like, those were 4 very violent shots to the ribs, ladies and gentlemen. And now what is McKay gonna do? McKay now looking under the ring here for something. And Scythe is not looking so hot, but McKay bringing the steel chair back into the matchup. And McKay, you got to believe he's going to look to work on this leg a little bit. Oh, wait a second. Scythe was able to get himself out of that predicament. Oh, and that flying clothesline from James McKay. And a beautiful elbow drop right to the small of the back. And now again, James McKay starting to get on a little bit of a momentous swing here. But Scythe able to sidestep that, grab the ropes, and flies in with a big running clothesline there. A huge, huge running clothesline. And now Scythe back in the driver's seat in this matchup as we roll on. And oh, Scythe with that shoulder thrust right to the ribs here. And Scythe, jumps to the outside, but he did not calculate the distance the right way, and he missed. And as you see, Terry Gates now on the outside with both James McKay and Scythe, and he can't really do too much in this situation. He can initiate a count if he wanted to, which it looks like that's what he's going to do. But now McKay, is back to his feet, and now bringing Scythe back into the ring the hard way, a very uncomfortable way to get brought back into the ring with an elbow right across the forehead, ladies and gentlemen. Oh, and that steel chair again coming into play in this matchup. And wait a second, what is McKay doing? McKay going to the top rope. He's going to try to break that ankle. He leaps off with an elbow drop right onto the steel chair. And that was right on the leg, ladies and gentlemen. That was right on the leg. There was no way around that. Scythe, his ankle may be broken, ladies and gentlemen. His ankle may be broken. Right now, James McKay and Scythe both down. And as you see, Terry Gates starting a count here just to keep the match going. We're up to a 3. And I cannot believe what we've seen thus far in this matchup, ladies and gentlemen. It's been intense from the beginning of the match until now. We're up to a 5 count right now. Terry Gates taking his time with the count. You got to believe we want to see a winner. But no, Scythe back to his feet, and now the kick right to the small of the back. Wait a second, what is Scythe going to do here? Scythe now has that ladder. Oh God, right in the corner there with the ladder. And now Scythe looking for something, you got to believe. Scythe has McKay up. Looks like he's going for another Green Bay plunge right towards the steel steps. He didn't quite make it, but he did make it a little bit there, ladies and gentlemen. And McKay now getting back to his feet here as Scythe again just keeping the aggressive going. And McKay, eats a big face crusher right on the corner of that chair there. That was huge, ladies and gentlemen. That was a huge, huge move. And now, wait a second. What is Scythe doing? Oh, that implant DDT on the steel chair, ladies and gentlemen. Hooks the far leg here. This may be it. 1, 2, almost a 3 count for Scythe, but McKay able to kick out. And now, wait a second, McKay counters. Wait a second, McKay's got Scythe up in that Northern Lights driver on the steel chair. That may be it, ladies and gentlemen. McKay into the cover here. 1, 2, almost a 3 count, but no, Scythe able to kick out. What is it going to take, ladies and gentlemen, for one of these men to lose this matchup? That is the question. Who is going to not get up to that count of 3? And McKay now with a big kick in the corner here. And now McKay again going right back to the legs. McKay knows he's got to work those legs. He's got to work the lower body. Into the cover here. 1, 2, and only a 2 count though for James McKay. On Scythe as Scythe starting to fire back. And Scythe with the snapmare and then the spinal tap. Nothing fancy about it, ladies and gentlemen. Nothing fancy about the style of Scythe. Just raw, in-your-face, smash-mouth power. And now Scythe, wait a second, Scythe runs in, big running drop kick, just drop kicked James McKay to the outside. Now Scythe going to the top rope, leaps off with that double axe handle. And now again, we're seeing Scythe, that vicious, vicious knee drop. A vicious knee drop. No matter how you look at it, that is a vicious, dangerous knee drop, ladies and gentlemen. And Scythe, that headbutt in the corner, on the barricade. We're seeing, wait a second, Scythe now has a guitar in his hands. Looks like he set it down. Scythe whipping James McKay into that turn. Wait a second, he's got that guitar. And oh my God, he just hit McKay over the back of the head with a guitar, using the ring post as leverage. That was an extremely violent shot with that guitar. I'm surprised that James McKay is not bleeding. And now Scythe with the scoop slam. And now wait a second. Scythe calling McKay to his feet. Scythe jumps off, but McKay catches him with him. Caught him with that big power slam. And now McKay going to the top rope. Leaps off with a quick moonsault here. Hooks the far leg. 1, 2, and only a 2 count though for Scythe on James, or for McKay on Scythe. And Scythe trying to fire back, but that power slam was right on the corner of those steel steps. He didn't have much room to work with, and McKay made every moment of it count. And now Scythe, that spine buster, that mean spine buster that you gotta believe he learned from the TCO goons, DieHard, Bryson, and James Braden. But McKay with the spine buster of his own. And wait a second, McKay, he's looking for it. He's got it locked. He's got it locked in. He's got the cloverleaf locked in. This could be it, ladies and gentlemen. Terry Gates is in perfect position. He can see when Scythe taps out. This cloverleaf is going to end this matchup right here, ladies and gentlemen. There's no way, with the damage that Scythe has received, that he will be able to stick it out any longer. Just tap out and live to fight another day, Scythe. Live to fight another day. As McKay is wrenching. He is wrenching. He is wrenching so hard right now on that clover leaf. And wait a second. Somehow Scythe able to get himself out and just threw McKay headfirst into the chair there. Wait a second. The Reaper's cut on the steel chair. My God, that's got to be it, ladies and gentlemen. So now Scythe hooking the far leg. Is this it, ladies and gentlemen? 1, 2, almost a 3 count, but no, James McKay able to kick out, and Scythe cannot believe it. You got to believe he cannot believe what he just saw. He thought he had this matchup won, ladies and gentlemen. So now Scythe, it looks like he's going to look for a basic suplex. Right onto the steel chair again. The small of the back being worked over by both of these young men. And Scythe jumping onto that steel chair with that flurry of knee drops. And now Scythe whipping McKay to the corner. Now again, Scythe sending James McKay to the far corner, the other corner, runs in. The big chop block right to the back of the left knee. And again, ladies and gentlemen, what is it going to take for one of these young men to pick up the win? That is the question here. And now Scythe, that electric chair drop, again, nothing fancy. Just raw in your face aggression. Just ruthless. This is ruthless. This is a ruthless beating right now. But McKay is answering to the challenge, and I think that is what is messing Scythe up, because McKay is showing he is not afraid of Scythe. He's showing he's not going to back down. And that beautiful standing drop kick there from McKay. And now McKay thought about it looks like. McKay going off the ropes. He runs out with that big cross body right to Scythe, right on the chest and the solar plexus. And now that quick crucifix on the outside there. Again, nothing fancy about it, ladies and gentlemen. That padding is very thin. But now we're seeing James McKay getting to that level. He's been at that level most of this matchup, but where it's anything goes by any means necessary. Into the cover here. 1, 2, and only a 2 count for McKay. As Scythe now starting to fire off with a flurry of strikes, but no, a quick roll up here from McKay. 1, 2, and only a 2 count again. And this is what I'm talking about. This is what being a TPP superstar is about. You have to be able to go out there and do whatever you can do, whatever's in your power. And as you saw there, a slap right to the face, and now we're seeing, like I said, this entire Scythe's style is so aggressive. He's a very aggressive superstar, ladies and gentlemen. And now Scythe turning James McKay upside down, tying him up into that tree of woe. And now Scythe has his steel chair, and that chair right to the kneecaps, and right to the ribs there, and Scythe swinging for the fences, ladies and gentlemen. That's what he was doing. He was swinging for the fences. And now Scythe starting, you got to believe Scythe has got to be feeling pretty arrogant right now. Maybe, I don't know. I mean, as you see, Scythe walking very slowly. James McKay walking very slowly. But now Scythe, the big right hand. And wait a second, Scythe, he's looking for something here. You got to believe he's a big superplex to the outside. But wait a second, Scythe is not getting back to his feet. Terry Gates, he's going to initiate a count here, as neither James McKay or Scythe are back to their feet. So now what you got to wonder is, who will get to their feet first? I mean, at this point in the match, both of these young men have taken extreme amounts of damage. We're up to a 6 count. Terry Gates is up to a 6 count, ladies and gentlemen, up to a 7. Somebody's got to get to their feet. We're up to an 8, 9. And there's the 10 count, and Terry Gates is throwing this matchup out. He's saying there's no winner in this matchup. Ladies and gentlemen, it looks like our medical personnel is now coming to ringside, tending to both James McKay and Scythe. I thought for sure that one of them would get to their feet first. I mean, that match was bell to bell. It was complete intensity. I've seen some pretty intense things in my life, but that ranks up there with one of the top 5 that I've seen. That was viciously grueling for both of those young men, both of those young men's careers. I hope the best. I really do. And switching gears, ladies and gentlemen, up next we have our TPP Adrenaline Championship match, Orion James versus Phoenix in a submission matchup. And the thing is, we don't know if Phoenix actually knows any submission holds. That's the thing. We don't know if he knows any submission holds that could end a match. So we're about to find out, that's for sure, ladies and gentlemen, as Phoenix is coming to the ring. I hope for the sake of Phoenix, in his championship, that he knows something, because we all know that Orion James has the OJ lock. He can lock that submission in. He's made Bryson tap out. He's made Phoenix tap out. He's made people tap. And recently he's been using a knee, a very vicious knee. So if he hits that knee and then that submission, potentially this matchup could end very early for Phoenix, and it will not be a good night. And this young man, Orion James, with a great opportunity tonight, ladies and gentlemen. He has such an opportunity to finally get the Adrenaline Championship. He came up a little short at Blood and Glory, but tonight, Orion James, he's been given that opportunity to compete, and that's a big deal, especially when we're so close. This event thus far has been amazing, and this would just top off the night for Orion James, ladies and gentlemen. And this is a submission match. So like I was saying, I mean, we don't know if Phoenix actually knows any submissions that could end a match. We only know that Orion James has a submission that can end a match. We know that for certain. We definitely know that for certain. But it remains to be seen what Phoenix can do, ladies and gentlemen. So again, the Adrenaline Championship submission match. I'm ready to get this matchup underway. I'm ready to see what the outcome is going to be. I hope you're ready, because it's almost time to get this underway, and it's going to be good regardless. And here we go, Orion James versus Phoenix. And Orion James, with a quick strike there. And that elbow. Right in the beginning of the match, knocking Phoenix down. And now Phoenix, some strikes of his own in the corner here. And now Phoenix with that jumping moonsault, quick, high intensity from the get-go. And now Phoenix leaps over. That big flying clothesline. And Phoenix with the spinal tap. Into a standing tie-up here, ladies and gentlemen. And you got to believe you want to set the pace. And Orion James with a full Nelson. Wrenching on this. He is wrenching on that full Nelson there. And Phoenix gets himself out of it. And Orion James with that snap kick to the leg. And as you saw, Orion James, quick kick. But Phoenix there, drop kick right to the knee. And now Phoenix, that tilt-a-whirl into an armbar here. He's got it wrenched in. As you see, Orion James trying to get out of this. There are no rope breaks, though, in this matchup. Now Orion James with that, it looked like he was going to do a quick roll-up, but then he remembered that there's no pinfalls in a submission matchup. And now Orion James with the rear chin lock here. Terry Gates in position. And Phoenix using his head to hit Orion James, and now the Cobra clutch here. Orion James has to try to get out of this, and Orion James quickly battles out with a quick judo hip toss. And Orion James with that springboard back elbow. This is what I'm talking about, ladies and gentlemen. It's going to be an interesting match to say the least. Orion James springboards in, Tope Atomico there. And now Orion James right back into the submission hold, pulling on that mask. He is pulling on Phoenix's mask, which you got to believe if Phoenix's mask was to fall off, that may possibly, cause him some problems. But Phoenix being very passive aggressive in this matchup. He's not being as aggressive as he normally is. And now Phoenix with that clover, he's got a clover leaf locked in. And he's wrenching on it here. And Orion James, again, was trying to crawl for the ropes, but Orion James able to get himself out. He's got very strong legs. Orion James that springboard and then the lion salt. And now Orion James right into the submission, into the anaconda vice. Will Phoenix tap? That is the question on everybody's mind here. We've seen Orion James tap out the Adrenaline champion, before. So we've seen that before in his debut matchup. And now this is right up Orion James's alley. But Phoenix, the brawler of the two here. But Orion James just able to bring it back. He's able to get the momentum back in his favor. And now, wait a second, Orion James turning Phoenix upside down here. Orion James runs in. Oh, big drop kick right to the face. Nothing fancy. A vicious drop kick. Now Orion James hitting the top rope. Orion James with that missile drop kick to the small of the back here. And now Orion James, look at that, is a legitimate surfboard stretch there. What can Phoenix do? He's got to tap or else he has to find a way out of this submission hold. And Phoenix is wrenched into one heck of a position, but Phoenix getting back to his feet. And now Phoenix with a strike there. Oh, that sleeper slam. And Phoenix with that go round, but wait a second. Orion James just caught him into a power bomb. You don't see that very often from a smaller superstar like Orion James, but sure enough. And now Phoenix with a modified jumping DDT. And Phoenix with a series of backflip splashes there. Nothing fancy, just trying to work the body down. And Phoenix catching Orion James there with the shout out, and oh, that big running leg drop. Now Orion James is reeling. He's on the defense here. As Phoenix now starting to pick apart the pieces. Phoenix jumps in, that shooting star press. If this was a pinfall matchup, you got to believe that would be it. And now Phoenix again locking in that submission hold. He's got it locked in. Can Orion James get out here? Phoenix is wrenching here, and Terry Gates asking Orion James, does he want to give it up? Orion James is he's trying to hang in here. He's struggling. He's trying to hang in, but he is struggling, no doubt about it. And now what is... Oh, but Orion James somehow still able to get out of that hold. Oh, that low blow, no disqualification. And now, oh, that Northern Lights driver from Phoenix. And now Phoenix with that spinal tap. Oh, wait a second. Phoenix locking up the legs again. What can Phoenix do here? You've seen the submission holds that he's tried to do, and they're not exactly working to put Orion James away. He's got to beat Orion James into submission, ladies and gentlemen. That is the only way to win this matchup. As you saw, that sunset flip powerbomb to the outside. And again, Terry Gates trying to admonish Phoenix to bring Orion James back into the ring. But again, he can't really do anything in this situation. And that quick snap kick to the leg. But Orion James starting to fight back here, showing that he's still got some life left in him. And Orion James with a flurry of strikes, and then that big pullback kick there. And now dropping the double axe handle right across the face. And now Orion James going to work on the arms. But what can Orion James do here? And Orion James, that seated camel clutch on the outside. Just wrenching away. Not, you got to believe Orion James is looking to end this matchup. You know that's what he's looking for. And as you see, he's clearly trying to pull off the mask of Phoenix. He's trying to pull off his mask, trying to distract Phoenix. And if he gets that mask off, you got to believe, like I said, that's going to cause Phoenix some problems because Phoenix's Mexican heritage is very adamant about wearing a mask while wrestling. It's a show of secrecy and respect. And if that mask were to get taken off, he would possibly be shunned. And, Orion James went hard into those steel steps there. And as you see, Phoenix holding his abdomen. He's not moving as quick as he normally moves. This has been one heck of a match thus far. And now we're seeing Phoenix using dirty tactics such as choking Orion James. Oh, but Orion James starting to strike back, get some momentum going in his favor. And now Orion James runs in, big running kick there. A big back chop, and then another rib kick. Orion James sends, caught Phoenix right in the skull with that knee, and you got to believe this matchup would be over, ladies and gentlemen. Orion James leaps off with the elbow drop to the small of the back. And now Orion James, again, with that seated camel clutch working on the mask. Phoenix has to do something. His TPP Adrenaline Championship is on the line in this situation. Phoenix has to step it up. He needs to stop underestimating Orion James. Because at this point, Orion James is doing very, very good for himself. He's keeping Phoenix at bay. But now Phoenix starting to come back. He's starting to show why he's the Adrenaline Champion. But what can Phoenix do in this situation? As far as anybody knows, he doesn't really know any submit. We've seen him that he knows the cloverleaf. But that's about it. And so Phoenix needs to pull out a submission hold that he can tap out Orion James with. And we haven't seen that thus far. And now what is Phoenix thinking here? There's no rope break, so... Oh, and now look at this octopus hold by Phoenix. Phoenix, I think the thing is Phoenix does not know many submission holds, so he's just kind of trying to tread lightly and figure out what he can possibly do, what could possibly work. So I think he's just trying to go with the flow as the match continues. And as you saw, Orion James, though, he's very adequately skilled in submissions. And Orion James right back into that anaconda vice there. Wrenching away here on the side of the head and the arm and the shoulders, just wrenching. And Phoenix has nowhere to go at this juncture in the matchup. He has nowhere to go. And right now, Phoenix has to do something. As you see, Orion James is wrenching. But, Phoenix using his longer legs to get himself out of that submission hold. Phoenix leaps over. That big flying clothesline again. As you see, Orion James starting to yell at Terry Gates, and Terry Gates now admonishing Phoenix. And wait a second, Phoenix, he's looking for that GTS. But Phoenix, you can't go for a pinfall, man. And now we see Phoenix with a modified camel clutch here, like an arm wringer camel clutch. And now Orion James is no longer in the driver's seat here. He's got to figure something out. And Orion James has been in this submission hold for a long time here. But wait a second. Orion James with the snapmare out of nowhere. Out of nowhere. Wait a second. Orion James turned Phoenix around. He's got him in the OJ lock. He's got him in the OJ lock, ladies and gentlemen. Will Phoenix tap? Will Phoenix fall victim to the same way that Orion James made his debut? Phoenix is not moving. He is struggling to try to get out of submission. And Orion James is wrenching. He is wrenching on that OJ lock. He has it locked in. It is cinched in deep, ladies and gentlemen. And Phoenix is tapping. Orion James is the new Adrenaline champion, ladies and gentlemen. We have a brand new Adrenaline champion at TPP Network Collision. And you gotta believe everybody in the RCW locker room that's here tonight is definitely cheering for their boy Orion James. As now the celebration for Orion James can commence and can begin. That was a very slow-paced matchup, ladies and gentlemen. Orion James locked in that OJ lock, and that was all she wrote. And Phoenix just couldn't weather the storm. He couldn't take the pain. He had to give up, ladies and gentlemen. But the bigger story is Orion James, your new Adrenaline champion. That's music to my ears, ladies and gentlemen. That is music to my ears. Now, it is time for the Internet Championship matchup. This young man, Bryson, he calls himself the future. But what happens when the future meets the present and the future? Because tonight, Bryson has to defend his newly won Internet Championship against Jimmy B Martinez, the Armed and Dangerous member. So for Bryson, this is a put-up or a shut-up time. He's got to go out here and fight the second member of A&D. Now, originally, if you think back to Blood and Glory, Bryson won the Internet Championship against Damian Gamer. And now Bryson's in a match against Jimmy B Martinez. So with Bryson, he's got to do something here. He's got to prove that he's worthy to be the Internet Champion, because Jimmy B Martinez is hungry. He's hungry for gold. He wants to get the belt around his waist. And if you're not wrestling to get gold around your waist, then you're not wrestling for the right reasons. And if anybody tries to tell you different, they're sorely mistaken, because that means that they've never been a champion. You get a lot more money when you're a champion, ladies and gentlemen. And Jimmy B Martinez knows that. And he is ready. He is ready to do this. He is ready for Network Collision. He's sporting a brand new attire tonight. He is ready. So ladies and gentlemen, I hope you're ready, because this has been one of those matches that I've been anticipating since Blood and Glory, ladies and gentlemen. Jimmy B Martinez is sick and tired of the way that TCO does business. He is ready to dish out some pain to Bryson. He's ready to show Bryson why you don't attack people from behind, or you don't attempt to attack people from behind, as was evident which Bryson tried to do to Jimmy B Martinez, but then received an IKO for it. So now it is put up or shut up time for Bryson, ladies and gentlemen. Like I said, I'm personally hoping for a major beatdown for Bryson. And the matchup that was chosen by you, the fans, was an Extreme Rules matchup. And so the Internet Championship at Network Collision will be contested under Extreme Rules variation. And then, just so that everybody knows, on this day, September 28th of 2013, Bryson versus Jimmy B Martinez right now. And Bryson and Jimmy B Martinez starting the standing tie up here, but Bryson, the bigger of the two, got the better of the situation, but Jimmy B Martinez, they're throwing the bird, and Bryson with that standing big boot. And Jimmy B Martinez ran in with that running clothesline there. And now we're seeing the Bryson that we know. Bryson, a very 6'5", he's a big guy. And Jimmy B Martinez, he's going to be in an uphill struggle here. There's not much of a weight difference, but there's a definite height difference. And So for Jimmy B. Martinez, he's got to do whatever he can to keep Bryson down. And now we're seeing Bryson, the strikes in the corner here. And Bryson with that shoulder, a second shoulder thrust there. Then that clubbing blow to the small of the back. And now, as you saw there, Bryson, nothing fancy about that, just a shoulder block using his body mass as a weapon there. And again, and this is what I'm talking about, ladies and gentlemen. Bryson with that jumping arm breaker. And now we're seeing a side of Bryson that we've seen numerous times. He'll start to try to pick a body part apart, and he'll try to keep on it. And what JBM has to do right here is he's got to do something to cause some separation. As you saw, Bryson with that quick power slam into the cover here. 1, 2, and only a 2 count, though, for Bryson. As this matchup progresses, Bryson going off the ropes, and he missed wildly with that flying forearm. And now JBM able to capitalize there with a knee right to the back of the head. And now Jimmy B. Martinez has Bryson up, and that front face suplex. And that's one thing you can never underestimate with Jimmy B. Martinez. He may be smaller than most of his opponents, but he is a power lifter. That Jimmy B. Martinez is in the gym when he's not in the ring, ladies and gentlemen. He is always trying to improve his physique, and he's always trying to get a little bit stronger. He may not be the tallest superstar in the world. He may not be the biggest superstar in the world, but he's got heart, ladies and gentlemen, and that means a lot. And as you see here, Bryson going for a ride there with that big superplex from Jimmy B. Martinez. And now Bryson back into the driver's seat here. Again, that arm wringer. And Bryson stomping on the elbow. And wait a second, Bryson looking for a submission here. He's got that modified rolling cross arm breaker in. And Bryson is wrenching on it. And Bryson is known to do arm submissions. That's one thing Bryson is known to do, is arm submissions, ladies and gentlemen. And somehow, some way, Jimmy B. Martinez was able to roll himself out of harm's way there. And that big pullback kick there. And the big uppercut. And now, Bryson firing back here. Bryson, a flurry of strikes. And now Bryson, that flapjack fireman carry there. And now Bryson getting a weapon from under the ring. But Jimmy B. Martinez flies out with that flying clothesline. And now Jimmy B. Martinez back in the driver's seat, ladies and gentlemen. He is back into the driver's seat. A big leg drop right across the throat. And now Jimmy B. Martinez has a steel chair, and Bryson rolled right into a big kick with the steel chair. The Van Daminator with the steel chair hooks the far leg, and this is false count anywhere. 1, 2, and only a 2 count, though, for Jimmy B. Martinez on Bryson. And what is Jimmy B. Martinez going to do in this situation here? Jimmy B. Martinez has Bryson in the corner. He whips Bryson to the far corner. Runs in with that flying cross body. And we've seen this before, that rolling senton from the apron to the inside. Hooks the far leg here. 1, 2, and only a 2 count for Jimmy B. Martinez. But you got to believe for every 2 count that Jimmy B. Martinez gets, although it may be frustrating, you got to believe inside he is smiling a little bit because he knows. And just like that, Bryson turning the tide with that flapjack. And now we're seeing Bryson with those closed fist punches. And now Bryson, again, that cross arm breaker, this time a seated cross arm breaker on the ground here. Terry Gates right in position as Jimmy B. Martinez able to get himself out of that submission hold. And Bryson kicked to the abdomen. And now Bryson with a scoop slam. Going into the ropes, jumps over with an elbow drop. And now what is Bryson doing? And oh, wait a second, JBM cutting off Bryson on the other side, it looks like. Bryson bringing a table in, but JBM was setting up that chair. But now Bryson firing on all cylinders, but Jimmy B. Martinez again getting the better of the situation. Oh, and Jimmy B. Martinez there, the arm wringer, followed by the knee drop onto the elbow. And Jimmy B. Martinez is showing that he can work on his opponent's arms as well. And now, oh, that stomp right to the top of the head there, literally dissecting the body parts. And now Bryson comes running. Oh, Bryson with that big knee thrust. Bryson sends JBM into the corner. Wait a second, Bryson just looked back at that steel chair. He just whipped JBM head first into that steel chair. That may be it, ladies and gentlemen. Bryson into the cover here. 1, 2. Only a 2 count, though, for Bryson. Bryson going off the ropes. He ran in, but no. Jimmy B. Martinez caught him with that rotating neck breaker. And now that springboard moonsault from the top rope there. Into the cover. 1, 2. And a 2 count. And like I said, although it may be frustrating for Jimmy B. Martinez right now to only be getting a 2 count on Bryson, you gotta believe he's smiling somewhere deep down inside because he knows he's that much closer to the 3. And now Jimmy B. Martinez flies off with that elbow drop from the top, hooks the far leg. 1, 2, and again the 2 count. But as I said, he's just driving the air. He's working the body of Bryson. He's not allowing Bryson any time. And Bryson went right for the arm as a way to try to slow it down and dictate the pace, try to cause that separation. And now Bryson is calling for his, you got to believe it's like his rock bottom type move. But no, Bryson going for the arm bar. He's got his patented arm, his Fujiwara arm bar locked in. Now, ladies and gentlemen, if he almost got it there, but he let go as it looked like Jimmy B. Martinez was starting to slip out. So to save, losing an advantage position, he let go of it. Into the cover here, 1, 2, and only a 2 count though for Bryson on Jimmy B. Martinez. And Jimmy B. Martinez, that thigh kick there, and then that running neck breaker. And now Jimmy B. Martinez, the flurry of elbow strikes right to the back of the head and the shoulders and the neck and the trapezoidus muscles. Jimmy B. Martinez is ready, ladies and gentlemen. He is ready in that quick Hurricane Rana there. And now Jimmy B. Martinez into the cover, hooks the far leg. 1. Only a 1 count though, as Terry Gates was a little slower on his count. And now Bryson picking the leg, trying to slow down Jimmy B. Martinez. And now Bryson with that quick power slam, nothing fancy about it. And now again Bryson calling Jimmy B. Martinez back to his feet. He's got Bryson up on his shoulders. And oh, again that fireman carry slam. And now Bryson going to work on the leg. He's got that Achilles hold lock in. Bryson is working on the left leg of Jimmy B. Martinez, trying to stop Jimmy B. Martinez from being able to bounce around and move around. And oh, the big kick there from JBM right to the side of the head. And now again the Jimmy B. Martinez able to weather the storm here, so to speak, of Bryson, and that beautiful belly to back. Beautiful belly to back. And oh, that seated spine buster, nothing fancy about that one. That one looked like it hurt quite a bit. And now, oh, that shooting star press. Jimmy B. Martinez hooks the far leg here. 1, 2, and again, only a 2 count for Jimmy B. Martinez. Bryson has got to do something, that arm wringer there. And now Bryson starting to, like I said, he's got to do something in this situation. Bryson has Jimmy B. Martinez on the top, and now what is Bryson thinking? Bryson looks like he's making a mockery of Jimmy B. Martinez with his, I guess, variation of the IKO. And now what is Bryson doing here? Bryson setting up that table, and Bryson side belly to belly suplex. Now what is Bryson? Bryson leaping. Oh, that flying elbow over top of the table there into the cover. 1, 2. Only a 2 count though for Bryson. Bryson trying to, he hasn't been able to really get too much going against Jimmy B Martinez and that Osaka street cutter. And now we're seeing a Jimmy B Martinez that we know, and oh, Bryson with a quick forearm there. Wait a second, Bryson going to the top rope, leaps off with the flying clothesline and collapsed the table there. Bryson into the cover. 1, 2, almost a 3 count again for Bryson. Bryson off the ropes, but wait a second, Jimmy B Martinez catches him with that float over neck breaker. And now what is Jimmy B Martinez gonna do with this table? He's using the table as a weapon here. And oh, and now it looks like Bryson's not gonna be having such a good night. Bryson definitely got some wood, so to speak. And now Jimmy B Martinez back on the offense. Oh, that big super kick right to the side of the skull, right to the face. Bryson may be out, ladies and gentlemen. He may be out. Into the cover goes JBM. 1, 2. Only a 2 count though, as somehow, someway, Bryson was able to kick out. And now we're seeing Jimmy B Martinez working over Bryson. He's just going to work. He's going to town, but Bryson picks the leg, and that's one thing about Bryson that can never be underestimated. Bryson knows. He knows wrestling. He may be an inexperienced wrestler, but he knows wrestling. He's a very gifted athlete. He's very gifted. He's got a vertical gift, most definitely, but he's also got numerous other gifts in that scoop slam, and then a quick leg drop there. And now Bryson has that table in his possession again. Now what is Bryson doing here? He's setting up that table in a very interesting position, to say the least. And Bryson with the Northern Lights into the bridge here. 1, 2. Only a 2 count though for Bryson as this match wears on. And now Bryson again with the scoop slam. And now Bryson runs in with the leg drop there. Hooks the far leg. 1, 2. And only a 2 count though for Bryson. And now Jimmy B Martinez starting to fight back. He's fighting back. He's showing Bryson he is not afraid. And Bryson with the elbow right to the top of the back of the head. And now Bryson again calling Jimmy B Martinez to his feet. And wait a second, Bryson, he's got that double underhook. He's got JBM vertical and slams him down. And wait a second, what is Bryson gonna do here? Bryson ascending the top rope. You don't see. Wait a second, JBM back to his feet. Oh my God, the IKO out of nowhere, and Bryson caught that table on his way down. It did not break, but it did collapse into the cover here. 1, 2, 3, and we have a new internet champion named Jimmy B Martinez, ladies and gentlemen. The JBM era has begun at Network Collision on September 28th, 2013. Jimmy B Martinez has picked up the Internet Championship at Network Collision. Jimmy B Martinez all celebration tonight, ladies and gentlemen. A hard-earned victory for Jimmy B Martinez. Congratulations, JBM. Congratulations, Bryson. You couldn't get it done, just like the TPP Universe said you wouldn't be able to get it done. So again, congratulations to Jimmy B Martinez, our new TPP Internet Champion. Now, ladies and gentlemen, up next, we get to see Damian Gamer in ring action against the TPP CEO DieHard. This is a surreal situation, ladies and gentlemen. If Damian Gamer loses, he loses his job. If DieHard loses, Damian Gamer will be the CEO for 30 days. So, with that said, ladies and gentlemen.
Ladies and gentlemen, it is now time for the I Quit match featuring TPP CEO DieHard and Damian Gamer. The rules of this matchup are simple. You must beat your opponent to the point where they say that they quit, and you will be determined the winner.
And you heard it there. I mean, this is a surreal situation, ladies and gentlemen.
Ladies and gentlemen, weighing in at 242 pounds, Damian Gamer.
You know, and the worst part about this is, tomorrow, DieHard will still have millions of dollars. DieHard will still be the owner of the power plant. If DieHard loses, he'll still have all of that. But if Damian Gamer loses, he doesn't have a career anymore. He doesn't have a wrestling career. And I don't think that Gamer should have accepted this matchup against DieHard, in all honesty.
And his opponent, he is the TPP CEO, weighing in at 257 pounds, DieHard.
And as you heard there, 257 pounds versus 242 pounds. Ladies and gentlemen, for those of you at home that haven't been keeping track or keeping score of how many matches DieHard has been in where he ended a career, the current count in the power plant is 4-0. He has never lost in this type of situation where somebody's career was on the line. And this is why I feel we didn't need to see Damian Gamer versus DieHard. I mean, I'm glad that we get to see Damian Gamer in action. But I don't know if DieHard really needed to do this. He didn't need to make a personal attack towards Damian Gamer. And DieHard's trying to make an example out of Gamer. And I pray to God, ladies and gentlemen, I hope you're praying with me. I pray to God that Damian Gamer wins tonight to show DieHard that you can't just bully yourself through your entire career. I mean, DieHard had an amazing wrestling career. I will never try to undermine that. But in his retirement, he has become such a cynical man. So cynical. He's trying to break these young kids before they can even get an opportunity to grow. And unfortunately, tonight, Damian Gamer's got to face the legend DieHard. And here we go. And this isn't, I don't know, there are no pinfalls, there are no submissions. You beat your opponent to the point where they say they quit. And this is surreal. I never thought that we would actually see DieHard get back into wrestling gear. But as you saw there, Damian Gamer, better of the situation. Gamer not afraid of DieHard, and that is a good sign. Gamer was quick on the offense, but DieHard with that raised knee lift. But Gamer turning it around here, and this is what I like seeing, ladies and gentlemen. Damian Gamer, again, not afraid of DieHard. He's not afraid, but DieHard counters in the corner there. And now DieHard with a flurry of strikes. And we're seeing, this is the DieHard we know. This is the DieHard that we know. And now DieHard whipping Damian Gamer into the turnbuckle, and that big right hand. This is I don't know, ladies and gentlemen. I don't know what to expect. I mean, most recently this year we've seen DieHard back in action. That makes me nervous. But Gamer here, quick elbow right across the chin, and Gamer big jumping elbow. And DieHard gingerly was getting back to his feet there, as Damian Gamer now has DieHard in the front face, like in a quick back elbow. DieHard whips Gamer. No, he pulls him back, overhead belly to belly there. Again, nothing fancy about that. And now we're seeing the DieHard that we know, those close fist punches, nothing fancy. And now DieHard sends Gamer into the ropes and catches Gamer with the big spine buster. DieHard looking to end it early here. The referee asking Damian Gamer if he quits.
No, I don't quit.
And as you heard, Damian Gamer said, no, I do not quit. And DieHard looking like he's a little frustrated. He wanted this matchup to end a little bit earlier than what he had planned. I guess he was hoping it was going to end right then and there off that spine buster. You got to remember, ladies and gentlemen, DieHard is not fighting for his career. He's fighting for 30 days worth of money. Damian Gamer is fighting for his wrestling career. He's fighting to keep his TPP Entertainment contract intact. That is what Damian Gamer is fighting for right now. And DieHard with that closed fist punch. Nothing fancy. And then the kick right to the small of the back. And DieHard just a flurry of strikes. That is what DieHard does, ladies and gentlemen. He comes at you from so many ways. And this is what makes him such a dangerous individual. And again, that spine buster. And then again, that spine kick. And DieHard loves to transition his moves into threes. DieHard runs off the ropes, but Damian Gamer caught DieHard there. And now Damian Gamer starting to mount a little bit of offense, thank God. Damian Gamer, a flurry of strikes on DieHard, knocks DieHard to the ground. And DieHard now has Damian Gamer on his shoulders with a big flapjack. And this is, now we're seeing it again, DieHard, those close fist punches, those aren't meant to necessarily make somebody quit it. They're just meant to give pain. And as you saw there, DieHard, that flurry or that fury whip to the corner there. But Gamer counters with a jawbreaker here. Gamer, beautiful standing drop kick. And now Damian Gamer starting to get a little bit of something going again. He's trying to get something going in his favor to win this matchup. If he can find a way to beat DieHard tonight, then he will be in control of the power plant for 30 days. That's 30 days of change, ladies and gentlemen. That's 30 days where we wouldn't have to deal with the tirade of TCO. And oh, DieHard with that quick back elbow. And now again, the kick to the small of the back. Nothing fancy about it. Now you're seeing DieHard starting to pick apart the other limbs here. And oh, DieHard with that bare elbow right across the chin. And throughout the years, I've seen DieHard in many ways, good and bad. Those of you who have followed the power plant have seen him. And now, as you see DieHard again telling the referee to ask Damian Gamer if he quits.
No, I don't quit.
And again, you're hearing Damian Gamer say, no, I do not quit. Damian Gamer does not have any quit in him. This young man will do whatever he will fight until he can no longer get up. I firmly believe that, ladies and gentlemen. And now we're just seeing DieHard again using his amassed knowledge from the years and years and years of wrestling experience that he has. And DieHard has never had the most flashy appearance. And DieHard leaps in with that jumping left arm clothesline there. And as I was saying, DieHard's never had the most flashy appearance or attires. But man, this guy, he can wrestle. He can wrestle. He can brawl with the best of them. He's not the biggest man in the fight. He's not the smallest man in the fight. He's not the smartest man in the fights. But man, he can go. And now DieHard again, a gut buster there, picking apart the body. And now just a surfboard stretch here. Will Gamer submit? And no, wait a second. Gamer able to counter there back onto the momentum. Big running clothesline from Damian Gamer. Damian Gamer with the jumping elbow. And now a jumping knee attack. Now Gamer starting to get some strikes, but no, DieHard able to, that raised knee lift. That's what that is, ladies. That's just a raised knee lift. Nothing fancy about that at all. It was meant to cause pain. And another big clothesline from Damian Gamer. You're hearing the TPP universe start to come unglued every time Damian Gamer starts to get on the advantage. And oh, DieHard just spilled to the outside, hit the steps on his way out. Damian Gamer now in the driver's seat here. Oh, and that throat thrust there from Damian Gamer. But wait a second, DieHard counters from behind. DieHard with the Russian leg sweep. Wait a second, DieHard has Damian Gamer. Oh, wait a second, that's the DH. Wait. Right into the steel steps. DieHard telling the referee that has got to be it, ladies and gentlemen. Oh, wait a second.
Don't quit.
Damian Gamer saying no, he does not quit. That is why Damian Gamer, one of the most popular superstars in all of TPP right now. Oh, and that quick thrust there, that throat thrust. And now Damian Gamer, there's one fisherman. And wait a second, Gamer looking for the second fisherman. Oh, that one DieHard landed right on those steel steps. DieHard landed very gingerly on those steps. And now Damian Gamer is looking for the third fisherman there. And now Damian Gamer telling the referee, ask DieHard.
No, I do not quit.
And
is that the best you've got?
And reluctantly, DieHard said, no, he did not quit. But you know DieHard's got to be feeling some pain right now. He took a very painful spill onto the steel steps. So you got to believe DieHard's not going to be feeling too good. And now DieHard starting to use, again, I always say this, amassed knowledge. But DieHard knows the ins and outs of the wrestling environment. He knows. And wait a second, Damian Gamer counters, with that reverse DDT right on, it looked like on a weapon there. Now Gamer has DieHard face first again. I wish we could have a camera pan over there so we would be able to see what exactly DieHard's hitting. But DieHard's definitely not going to be feeling good after that one. And now Damian Gamer, that Uranagi right into the side of the steps. DieHard jumped right back to his feet, probably from the pain shooting up his back. DieHard with that quick kick, trying to cause some separation here. And now DieHard with an arm wrench. And now dropping the knee right onto the arms. And DieHard said that he's in great wrestling shape. And no doubt about it, right now he looks like he is in fabulous shape, ladies and gentlemen. He's in fabulous shape. And DieHard with his camel clutch locked in. And Damian Gamer here able to power out. And as I was saying, DieHard looks like he's in fabulous shape right now. He's aging very well, but that can only get you so far. DieHard, like we've said numerous times, DieHard has numerous injuries that he's acquired throughout the years. And now DieHard has Gamer up on his shoulders. He's known for this power slam. DieHard is known for that power slam, ladies and gentlemen. And now what is DieHard thinking here? DieHard pacing on the apron there, runs off a Hurricane Rana. You don't see that very often from the 250-pound monster. But when you do, you know that DieHard's being serious here. And DieHard, with those close fist punches, he had a feeling that Damian Gamer was going to get up. So he just close fist punches right to the top of the skull. And again, DieHard threw Damian Gamer right into the corner of those steps. And this is the DieHard that we all know. Now DieHard with the single leg Boston Crab going to work on the leg. Will Damian Gamer submit? As you heard DieHard say, ask him. And Gamer, quick elbow drop there. And wait a second, Gamer setting DieHard up for a T-bone. Right into the steps, right into the steel steps. DieHard flew over top of the steps. Gamer telling the referee, get over there and ask him. DieHard is down. He is definitely down here.
No, I do not quit. I will not quit.
As you can hear, DieHard sounding like he's in pain. He's definitely in pain. The years and years of wear and tear on his body, ladies and gentlemen, no doubt about that. And here we go, Damian Gamer and DieHard now in a fist fight as they are brawling up the entrance ramp here. And now exchanging blows, and Damian Gamer with a big right hand to DieHard. He has DieHard. Oh God, that's Bryson from behind now with the steel chair. And now DieHard appearing on camera, telling Bryson, tossing the steel chair. This is a screw job of all screw jobs, ladies and gentlemen. And oh God, DieHard with that steel chair right to the face. Can we take another look at this, ladies and gentlemen? This is despicable. I don't care what anybody. That's despicable. DieHard's that worried about losing, and this is what you saw just moments ago. Damian Gamer and DieHard physically brawling up the entrance ramp. That is what was going on. We saw Damian Gamer get the better of the situation, and then Bryson came out with the steel chair from behind, and now we're seeing the DieHard that we know, doing whatever it takes to secure the win. And DieHard here with that knee gut buster. Again, DieHard telling the referee to ask him. Oh, wait a second. No, DieHard, I guess he wanted to pick Damian Gamer up there. And Gamer now starting to fight back. You hear the TPP universe starting to come back alive. And wait a second, Damian Gamer, big T-bone suplex right on the entrance ramp. And that is not, when we talk about there being like maybe a little bit of padding outside, there's less padding up on the entrance ramp. There's no padding on the ramp.
No, 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 no. I do not quit.
And as you hear the pain in DieHard's voice, the agony that DieHard has got to be feeling at this juncture has got to be beyond his wildest imagination. And DieHard, big right hand there. Kick to the abdomen, and then that DDT. And now DieHard again telling the referee to ask.
No, I do not quit.
And Damian Gamer still refusing to give up to DieHard. And oh, beautiful jumping drop kick there. And now Damian Gamer trying to, like I said, Damian Gamer's fighting for his career, ladies and gentlemen. He's not fighting, for a title. This is not a title match. This is a fight for survival for Damian Gamer. For DieHard, in 30 days, he would have his company back. But, and that DieHard has focused all of his attacks in this matchup on the head and the body of Damian Gamer. And now DieHard, a hanging suplex right there on the entrance ramp. And like I was saying earlier, yes, DieHard is in great shape, no doubt about that. But age-wise, I think DieHard's too old, ladies and gentlemen. He's too old to return to active in-ring competition. I don't even think he should be in this matchup with Damian Gamer. But I've been wrong before. But right now we're seeing a DieHard from 10 years ago. That is what we're seeing. We're seeing a DieHard from 10 years ago that was still able to do these things and still able to, beat up on people and be able to handle his business. However, that has all been tarnished because he had Bryson come out here to help him. And now DieHard, not this. This is the DH Plex right on the entrance or on the stage. And ladies and gentlemen, that's steel. That's not carpet. That's not padded. That's just steel. DieHard wants this to end.
I don't quit.
As you heard, the pain in Damian Gamer. And, Gamer just ran into that big spine buster from DieHard there. And wait a second, DieHard's calling for it. DieHard kick to the abdomen. He's got Damian Gamer up on his shoulders. The DieHard drop there. DieHard now telling the referee to ask him. DieHard saying this is it. Will Gamer...
I quit.
Ladies and gentlemen, Damian Gamer has just quit in this I Quit match. Now DieHard again. The DieHard drop. DieHard, the match was over. DieHard saying something to Damian Gamer as you see DieHard's heading backstage, not even wanting to celebrate, ladies and gentlemen. I can't believe what we just saw. We just witnessed the end of Damian Gamer's TPP career, ladies and gentlemen. As egotistical as DieHard is, he could have not done this matchup with Damian Gamer. And it's hard now because we have to switch gears, ladies and gentlemen. It is time. It is time for the main event of the evening, the TPP Championship. Craig Hazard defending his TPP Championship against James Braden. And for Craig Hazard, the past 48 hours of his life have got to have been very, very painful. He went through a grueling beatdown courtesy of TCO. And now he's got to weather one more storm. And that is the 287 pounds, or the 287-pound James Braden. After what we just saw, ladies and gentlemen, I don't know if I like the odds of Craig Hazard, because now we know that Bryson is still here. He has not went home yet. He's still lurking around backstage. But regardless, ladies and gentlemen, Craig Hazard, one of the most deserving champions ever. I cannot take away from Craig Hazard, regardless of my personal feelings towards TCO. So I hope and I pray that tonight Craig Hazard just beats the holy high hell out of James Braden and gives James Braden a reason to understand just how cool it is to be Craig Hazard. And ladies and gentlemen, this matchup is no disqualification. It was made a no disqualification earlier today. And that's why I say I don't like the way that this is going to pan out for Craig Hazard. But I have faith in the TPP champion, ladies and gentlemen. And I hope that you have faith in the TPP champion as well. Because if you do, then we will all end up being very, very, very happy. It's all going to come down to how everything pans out, how everything plays out, ladies and gentlemen. This is for all the marbles. And this, for Craig Hazard, this is another match. For James Braden, this is his first big title opportunity in TPP. And here we go. James Braden versus Craig Hazard for the TPP title. As you see, James Braden there taunting in the early going of the matchup here. And now James Braden initiating the tie-up, but Craig Hazard gets the better of the situation, switches position to the side headlock, and that basic belly to back suplex there. Craig Hazard showing he's got what it takes, and as you see, Craig Hazard is sporting a new look tonight, a very flashy new look tonight. And now, well, wait a second, James Braden turning the position. Oh, with that dirty eye rake. James Braden whips Craig Hazard into the ropes. Oh, and that big shoulder block. Nothing fancy about it, just raw animalistic power. And that's the thing, James Braden possesses a very impressive physical strength. And if James Braden taps into his strength, this matchup could end very quickly. But Craig Hazard is not one to take lightly. And oh, James Braden there, big right hand into the cover here. Only a one count though for James Braden. As I was going to say, you cannot take Craig Hazard lightly. He will do everything in his power to out-wrestle you, and he's very good at it. And now James Braden, that big rolling elbow there. James Braden whips Craig Hazard into the ropes. And wait a second, Craig Hazard with a quick duck under there. And now Craig Hazard better of the situation. Quick uppercut there. Nothing fancy about the uppercut, just very quick. And as you saw there, James Braden with the big counter. Oh, but no, Craig Hazard with the counter. And now Craig Hazard starting to light up James Braden in the corner. Are we going to see Craig Hazard do this? Can he do this to the 280-plus pound man? Oh, and that hip toss out of the corner all the way across, that bouncing effect. Craig Hazard just bealed 287 pounds halfway across the ring. That was amazing. And Craig Hazard with the quick European uppercut, a very dangerous European uppercut, but Oh, Craig Hazard with that jumping knee facebuster. And now, what is Craig Hazard going to do? Craig Hazard whips James Braden to the corner. But no, James Braden counters. Oh, with that dirty eye rake. Nothing fancy about it. Oh, big right hand and then the shoulder thrust. And then another shoulder thrust. Now James Braden whips Craig Hazard into the corner very hard. And then, that big boot. This is what I'm referring to, ladies and gentlemen. And now James Braden, the brawler style of Braden here. Of just a flurry of strikes. And now we're seeing, this is what I expected to see. James Braden starting to, use his strength to his advantage. And at this point in the match, this matchup is still relatively young. But if James Braden is able to capitalize, this match could end fairly quickly. Oh, and a big drop kick there. And now Craig Hazard getting back on the offense. Craig Hazard with that MMA style. A basic takedown, nothing fancy. Just enough to keep James Braden at bay, but James Braden again counters with a basic leg trip. And now James Braden, that big right hand. What can James Braden do in this situation? James Braden runs in. Oh, big shoulder thrust. And James Braden looks like he is starting to have a little. And James Braden, you don't see this often, but the 280-pound man went for a big flying clothesline, but Craig Hazard sidestepped it there. And now what is Craig Hazard going to do? He's got James Braden right in. That's the second time he's whipped him into that barricade. Oh, that big clothesline there. And again, Craig Hazard not afraid of James Braden. That's good. That is very good, because James Braden may be a big guy, but don't be afraid of the big man, because I wouldn't be afraid of him, ladies and gentlemen. I wasn't afraid of when he was sitting out here at the commentary table with me, so Craig Hazard should not be afraid of James Braden. Oh, and that big elbow there. And now Craig Hazard, leg drop on the apron. And now what is Hazard going to do here? Wait a second. James Braden just caught Craig Hazard right on his shoulders. And then that backbreaker. Braden hooks the far leg. 1, 2. Somehow, some way, James Braden knew that Craig Hazard was coming. But Craig Hazard now starting to get very aggressive since that top rope move was countered the way it was. And now Craig Hazard there with that running knee. Craig Hazard, that lifting backdrop, and now going for the pin here. 1, 2, and only a 2 count for Craig Hazard. Craig Hazard now sending James Braden to the corner. Oh, an attempted big back chop, but James Braden able to weather it. And now James Braden sends Craig Hazard back towards that corner. Off the ropes, runs in. Oh, the quick arm drag from Craig Hazard. And again, Craig Hazard, that quick arm drag. The flying Mayonnaise, that is vintage Craig Hazard, ladies and gentlemen. Hooks the far leg here. 1, 2, and only a 2 count for Craig Hazard. But you gotta believe that by Craig Hazard hitting both of those arm drags and that Mayonnaise, that is gonna play into the psyche of James Braden. And now James Braden starting to get back on the offense. Oh, runs in with the big boot right to the face. You saw Craig Hazard, his eyes rolled to the back of his head. And now what is James Braden going to do here? James Braden whips Craig Hazard. No. Oh, pulled Craig Hazard back into an elbow. Now stomping. And now James Braden, there's one fist drop. There's a second fist drop there from James Braden. And now, oh, the big right hand. Hooks the far leg here. 1, 2, but only a 2 count. James Braden cannot put away Craig Hazard right now, and that's good. And now we're seeing the Craig Hazard that we know and we love, the Craig Hazard that's able to weather the storm and do everything in his power to outperform. And now again, James Braden attempted that eye rake, but Craig Hazard with that elbow right to the ribs and the abdomen area, and that'll definitely put a damper on any of your plans for what you were going to do. And we're going to see Craig Hazard again toss James Braden right out of that corner. And now, wait a second, James Braden counters. And now James Braden, that belly to back. And now what is James Braden doing here? James Braden already holding his abdomen. He's in pain, that's for sure. And now James Braden welcoming a table into this matchup as the referee is counting Craig Hazard down because Hazard was not moving. And now James Braden setting up the table near the corner. And wait a second, Craig Hazard Hazard with a quick knee to the rib area. And now Craig Hazard stomping on the elbow. Again, going to work right on the arms. You got to figure Craig Hazard knows if he takes out the arms that James Braden will not be able to lift and throw Craig Hazard around. And that's what Craig Hazard is trying to do right now. He's trying to make it so the big man cannot throw him around. It is a very wise thing for Craig Hazard to do right now. And now Hazard going to the top rope here. But wait a second, James Braden jumped back up. He's got Hazard up on his shoulders. The FU there. James Braden into the cover here. This could be it. 1, 2. Only a 2 count though for James Braden on Craig Hazard. And now Craig Hazard whips James Braden right into that table, ribs first. I got a feeling that when James Braden wakes up tomorrow, his ribs are going to be black and blue. He's been getting worked over on his ribs, ladies and gentlemen. And now Craig Hazard has James Braden on the apron. Oh, and that quick kick. A very quick kick, and as you see there, James Braden holding his elbow in pain. And now what is Craig Hazard going to do here? Craig Hazard jumps off with that big moonsault. He thought about it too. He thought about not doing it. And now Craig Hazard whips James Braden right into the steel steps. Knees first went James Braden. And as you see, the referee is counting. And now Hazard not wanting it to end like that. I think he wants to pin James Braden. I don't blame him. I'd want to pin him too. Now Craig Hazard whips James Braden into the corner. What is Craig Hazard thinking here? He's moving around some of this furniture, such as those steel steps. And James Braden just ran right into a kick, right to the ribs, ladies and gentlemen. Nothing fancy about it. Just a kick that'll stop you dead in your tracks. No doubt about that. And now James Braden with that quick backdrop there. Now what is James Braden going to do here? James Braden whips Craig Hazard. No, he went to pull Craig Hazard back, but Hazard able to counter. Hazard with that quick forearm there. And wait a second, James Braden backdrop right onto the steps. Hooks the far leg here. 1, 2, only a 2 count as Craig Hazard, our current TPP champion, was able to kick out. But now, wait a second, James Braden. No, Craig Hazard able to counter with the Samoan drop, and James Braden hit the corner of those steel steps. And now, at this point, James Braden has got to be thinking, what is it going to take? What do I got to do here? I've thrown this guy into weapons. And now Craig Hazard ascending the top rope, leaps off the double foot stamp right onto the chest. And now we're seeing Craig Hazard start again moving around the weapons, the steel steps. Now Hazard sends Braden to the outside the hard way. And wait a second, Craig Hazard looked like Craig Hazard was grabbing and Craig Hazard is grabbing a ladder here. He's got a ladder, ladies and gentlemen. And just using it, again, as a weapon. Right onto the knees. Showing no remorse for, James Braden in his recent knee surgeries. Showing no remorse at all, ladies and gentlemen. No remorse. And wait a second. Craig Hazard asked that fan for their drink. I hope that this fan does not have any sexually transmitted diseases. Craig Hazard taking a drink, spitting it out into the TPP universe. And they love it when he does that, ladies and gentlemen. And now James Braden back to his feet. James Braden trying to give chase here. But Craig Hazard able to turn it around in his favor. Quick uppercut there. But no, James Braden counters with a drop toe hold. A very quick drop toe hold. And now James Braden T-bone suplex right into that ladder. Hooks the far leg here. 1, 2. Only a 2 count though for James Braden. And James Braden, quick rolling elbow. Again, hooking the far leg. 1, 2. But no, that is not enough to put the TPP champion away. And now James Braden with that dirty eye rake. A dirty eye rake from James Braden, ladies and gentlemen. And this matchup has escalated very quickly. I started out rather slow paced, but it has escalated very, very quickly. Big spinning wheel kick there from Craig Hazard. And now, what is Craig Hazard thinking here? Craig Hazard whips James Braden to the corner. Oh, that double axe handle. And now Craig Hazard, Frankensteiner right into the steel steps in the ladder there. Hooks the far leg. 1, 2, almost a 3 count. A long 2 count for Craig Hazard there. And as you see, James Braden using his strength just to cause separation here. That was a desperation move by James Braden. No doubt about that, ladies and gentlemen. That was desperation. And now James Braden calling Craig Hazard to his feet. He's got Craig Hazard up on his shoulders. And the second FU of this matchup right into the ladder. Hooks a far leg. 1, 2. Almost a 3 count again. James Braden so close to becoming the TPP champion tonight. You got to believe he's getting frustrated. He's getting angry. And now Craig Hazard leaps up with that flying cross chop, that leaping, jumping cross chop. And then, and now Craig Hazard, the flurry of elbows, the 3 elbow drops. And with the first elbow, he uses the rope's momentum to help him. And now, Craig Hazard again moving around the furniture inside the ring here. We're up to a 5 count, but James Braden able to get back to his feet. Oh, and then Craig Hazard sends him right out here in front of me at the announce table. And now Craig Hazard, gonna have James Braden meet that table face first. Standing tie up here, ladies and gentlemen. James Braden gets the better of the situation. That big kick, that standing kick, nothing fancy about it. Now James Braden, knowing how much it costs for these announcer tables, tearing my table apart. So now James Braden, that brawler style, using those brawling strikes. Nothing fancy about those. And now that knee lift. Just physical. This is almost like physical domination when it comes to James Braden. He's so physically demeaning to most superstars. He's so much bigger. And he's so strong, ladies and gentlemen. That's what makes James Braden such a scary wrestler. He's so strong. And now James Braden might be looking to put Craig Hazard. No, Craig Hazard rolled off of the table there. Thank God, Craig Hazard. Oh, that big spinning wheel kick. And now Craig Hazard picking James Braden back up. He's wrenching on this front face lock here, but no, James Braden able to turn it around with a big hanging backdrop, again causing some separation. I think that's all that James Braden is trying to do at this point. He's just trying to get some separation between him and Craig Hazard. And again, that knee lift. James Braden with the flurry of strikes here. just trying to get something going, but Craig Hazard able to counter. And now we're seeing the Craig Hazard that we know. Craig Hazard, beautiful Northern Lights. Wait a second, Craig Hazard going to the top of the announce table. We're up to a 4 already. And now James Braden back to shoot. Wait a second, big jumping moonsault from Craig Hazard to James Braden. And now Hazard bringing James Braden back into the ring the hard way here. Going for the cover. 1, 2, only a 2 count though for Craig Hazard, as somehow, someway, James Braden was able to kick out. And ladies and gentlemen, we are with this matchup until it's met its conclusion, until it ends. Right now, I got it. Oh, James Braden, quick backdrop there. Now again, James Braden, you got to believe he's looking for a third FU in this matchup. He's got Hazard up on, no, Hazard counters, reverse DDT. And now Hazard starting to strike back here. Oh, wait a second, Craig Hazard still, it looked like he might have been going for that spinning clothesline that he does, but James Braden was able to sidestep it. And now James Braden gets the better of the situation. A big elbow followed up by the side Russian leg sweep. And now what is James Braden going to do here? Craig Hazard pull back into that tilt-a-whirl backbreaker. Craig Hazard has those steel steps, and he just hit James Braden barely in the head with them. And now Craig Hazard has James Braden back in that far corner. Wait a second, Craig Hazard, runs in with the steel steps. That'll definitely knock you for a loop, ladies and gentlemen. And now what is Craig Hazard looking for? Craig Hazard is, you got to believe he's thinking of something big. He's got the ladder set up. He's got the steps set up. You got to believe he's going to be looking for something big here, ladies and gentlemen. And now, wait a second, Hazard has James in that corner again. He's turned him around. What is Hazard going to do? Hazard runs up the ladder. Big missile drop kick. The ladder just flew out of the ring, ladies and gentlemen. James Braden instinctively jumped to his feet into the cover here. 1, 2. Only a 2 count, though, for James Braden. But as you see here, Craig Hazard still in this fight. And as you saw there, Craig Hazard was jumping over something laying in the ring, trying to get out of the way to get to the corner where James Braden was. And now, Craig Hazard, for Craig Hazard, you got to believe that he's looking for that vertebraker. You got to believe that's what he's looking for. But for the same can be said for James Braden. You got to believe he's looking for one more FU that he can possibly put Craig Hazard away with. And now Craig Hazard with that scoop slam. Craig Hazard, he has the TPP universe behind him. Everybody in attendance right now is on their feet for Craig Hazard. They're not on their feet for James Braden. They're on their feet in support of Craig Hazard, of being our defending champion, to being the people's champion. That is what Craig Hazard is. He is the people's champion, ladies and gentlemen. Hazard went in, but no, James Braden was able to duck it and then catch himself on the ropes. Quick backdrop from James Braden. And now Braden, again, he's calling for it. No, wait a second. A T-bone suplex right onto the top of the steel steps. And now James Braden lighting up the table on fire. I have not seen Craig Hazard move since he received that T-bone onto those steps. I mean, the steel steps are very uncomfortable as is. And that forearm right to the small of the back from James Braden. But no, Craig Hazard showing he's got some fight left in him. And that dirty eye rake there. A dirty dirty eye rake. Nothing fancy. At this point, I think James Braden is just desperate. He's desperate to win. Wait a second. What is James Braden thinking here? There's one knee. There's a second knee. And the third knee. The three knees. And now stomping on the elbow there. And again, going right back to the well with it. James Braden now hooks the far leg here. 1, 2. Only a 2 count, though, for James Braden. And again, James Braden is keeping our champion in this corner here. And oh, that hot shot. And what is James Braden going to do here? James Braden leaps off with a big missed body splash there as Craig Hazard moved out of the way. That would have been a pancake right there. That's what I would have called. I would have called that a pancake, ladies and gentlemen. And now Craig Hazard starting to show that he's still in this. He's still in this against James Braden. And that is good. That is very, very good. And as you see, Craig Hazard now whipping James Braden back first again into the barricade. Craig Hazard flying Hurricane Rana there. A big, big flying Hurricane Rana. And now Craig Hazard starting to, he's starting to feel it. He's starting to feel really good. You got to believe he's feeling good now. Now, wait a second. Craig Hazard calling James Braden to his feet. He leaps in, but no, James Braden able to sidestep it and move out of the way just in the nick of time. You got to believe with that type of distance, that might have been it, ladies and gentlemen. And now James Braden whips, right into the corner. And now James Braden, that double underhook backbreaker there. Nothing fancy about that. Hooks a far leg here. 1, 2, and only a 2 count as this match progresses. And again, that elbow from James Braden. And at this point, you have to think, who's going to win? How is James Braden going to overcome Craig Hazard? And how is Craig Hazard going to overcome James Braden at this point in the matchup? I mean, every defense that Craig Hazard has had thus far, he has had to fight somebody much larger than him, physically larger than him. But at this point, even Extreme didn't have this kind of he didn't have this kind of advantage over Craig Hazard. And James Braden just using all of his physical strength here, exerting all of that strength, and I don't know, ladies and gentlemen. And Craig Hazard with a quick counter there. Wait a second, James Braden just caught Craig Hazard, got him up on the shoulders. Again, the FU right next to the table there. Hooks the far leg here. 1, 2, and almost a 3 count, but no, somehow, some way, Craig Hazard able to kick out. I have no idea how, ladies and gentlemen. I have no idea how. But somehow, some way, Craig Hazard, he's hanging in here, ladies and gentlemen. That is what he's doing. He is hanging in here. And the quick arm drag. And then the flying man Nora from Craig Hazard. Craig Hazard coming unglued here. And now Craig Hazard, that backbreaker. And what is Craig Hazard going to do here? Beautiful, beautiful standing drop kick from Craig Hazard. And now Craig Hazard trying to switch the position here of James Braden. And Hazard's looking for something. I'm not sure what he's looking for, but he's looking for something. As you see, the referee's still counting. And James Braden getting back to his feet. Wait a second, Hazard hits the ropes. But no, James Braden with that Cobra clutch. He's wrenching on it. It looked like Craig Hazard was going to do a springboard off the ropes. but he got caught by James Braden. And now that double underhook backbreaker again from James Braden. Again, hooking the far leg here. 1, 2, and only a 2 count for James Braden. And now Craig Hazard trying to fight back. But wait a second, James Braden, quick backdrop through the flaming table. Jesus. And now into the cover. 1, 2, almost a 3 count. And James Braden showing some frustration and some anger here, as he was unable to put Craig Hazard away. And now Craig Hazard starting to, like I said, he's starting to get riled up and get the fans behind him. I thought it was over from that backdrop. I really did. I thought that was it. Somehow, though, Craig Hazard was able to kick out. The quick duck under there. And then now, look at the beautiful neck breaker. That is vintage Craig Hazard right there, ladies and gentlemen. Vintage Hazard. And now, oh, wait a second. James Braden countered. Oh, wait, Craig Hazard counters. And wait a second. Oh, that standing, spinning clothesline. Wait a second. Craig Hazard's looking for it. You got to believe he's looking to end it right now. Kick right to the ribs. He's hooking the arms. He's got the arms hooked. And now the vertebraker. You got to believe that is it, ladies and gentlemen. Craig Hazard hooks the far leg. 1, 2, 3, and Craig Hazard still the TPP champion after Network Collision. This is what it's all about. The TPP Championship still around Craig Hazard's waist, ladies and gentlemen. This has been one hell of a ride tonight at Network Collision. We had amazing special guests here tonight. Amazing matches, amazing stories were told. I cannot wait to see what 2014 brings. I cannot wait, ladies and gentlemen. This has been such an exciting night. Craig Hazard still the TPP champion. I'm happy. I hope you're happy, ladies and gentlemen, because I'm so happy right now, ladies and gentlemen. Words cannot describe how happy I am. And we are out of time for tonight, ladies and gentlemen. So on behalf of everybody from Full Screen, everybody in Crater X, everybody in TPP Entertainment, I am Christopher Billings. Thank you for joining us tonight, ladies and gentlemen, for TPP Network Collision. And we will see you guys on episode 25 of TPP Frontline.